and Kirito. They have Kuroko from Kuroko no Basket.
Oh shit, yo, okay, I almost want to play this game. No, I'm telling you, I was literally watching highlights of that shit like this morning.
What show?
Kuroko's basketball.
Oh yeah, they have the one girl from there. And like the whole team is part of her moveset. She's like Luane, but with like a team of 5 characters. It's ridiculous.
The game is not bad. It's just every time I play it, I get like Uni-esque vibes, and I'm like, why don't I just play Under Night instead?
Because then it's like, but then when you go to an event, you have 2 brackets to win.
It's like the Granblue version of Uni.
So Million Arthur?
It's kind of like Million Arthur, yeah. Except I think Million Arthur is more fun.
Not DFC. I'm good.
And
like I noticed a few. I noticed a few of these, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm a huge sword art guy. I'm not a huge.
I wanted to main Kirito so fucking bad.
Why didn't you?
Because I don't like that game. I played Kirito whenever I did play it. Ronald can tell you. I think I played it with Ronald a couple times, but
like, very sparingly. Yeah.
I just don't like the game.
Wait, where's the Kuroko guy?
Kuroko? No, it's the little girl.
Wrong Kuroko.
Yo, that basketball girl is hype. She's hilarious.
Okay, so the basketball. Okay.
Basketball.
Not Kuroko's basketball.
Basketball.
That reminds me, I played this really shitty, like, you know, on the Xbox 360s, those like super indie games that like, I don't forget what it was. I forget what it's called, but like
arcade games.
Nah, those aren't even the arcade games. It's like a step below that.
Oh yeah, they had the Xbox whole indies category. Oh god.
Something like that.
Bro, there were some bops in the indie games though.
I played a game called Funky Punch XL, and the top 2 people in the game were just the people who had really dirt easy infinites, and one of them was with a basketball, and the other one was with a tornado.
Did every character have an infinite of one sort or another?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think two of them had infinites that killed. One of them had like a loop that dropped eventually, but did like decent but not great damage. And then the rest were just like not worth playing.
Dead.
Y'all want to talk about infinites? Let me tell you about a game called I think it's Chaos Generation.
This
you guys
already
know about
sounds
Chaos Generation?
Yeah, I'm a very
that game is a Taiwanese, I think.
Oh no.
I think it's a Taiwanese.
Freaking
like,
nothing good comes out of Taiwan, Ronald.
It's a Taiwanese.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh boy.
KOF mixed with Street Fighter.
There has to be something good.
Wait, did you say KOF mixed with Street Fighter 4?
Yes, the game itself.
That sounds terrible.
But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the infinite protection system in that game is that if you do an infinite, the game won't stop you, but the damage scaling eventually wraps around to negative, so you start healing your opponent.
What the frick?
Every game had that, dude.
That's kind of lit.
That sounds
So it's like you can do an infinite,
so
but eventually
weird.
you're going to heal your opponent back to full health.
That's amazing.
You kill them with an infinite. You can't time them out with an infinite. You have to stop.
Can you min int the to wrap it back around?
You might be able to. I assume.
DC'd.
Can you infinite so long that you such a long infinite, dude? Anybody who
That's
accomplishes
freaking
that
silly.
deserves like to be the king of the world. You can min int scaling on a combo.
I feel like the idea, like if you wrap back around, it'll scale so high that you'll just kill them in the next hit. Like that has to be it.
Yeah. So if you want an infinite for like 10 years, then you can get the infinite kill.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Chaos Generation. It's on Steam, by the way.
Oh no.
Dang. got me? I'm fucking upset.
Sounds like we're gonna be playing a lot of degeneracy in the near future.
No, I'm still a uni main.
Well, I would hope so. I hope we're always uni mains.
Songo Guardian Chaos Generation Steam Edition, $4.99.
Vanpree bracket when?
Yo, see me in Vampry.
Dude, I can never figure out Vampry. I'm gonna look at the review that says somebody didn't start healing them.
Let's see. Audio-wise, I think we're okay. Oh yeah, can someone share the... I already posted on my GGKF page. Can someone share this in the FresGC group, and then I could start introductions soon.
Never mind, guys. We're not playing this game. There's no local versus mode.
Oh, wow. What the frick?
I think it started off as an arcade game, and then they ported it. Oh man, one of my friends owns it.
How do you just not have local
All right,
play?
but you know another game that we should all play that doesn't have local play? OJ. We should all play OJ.
No.
Nah, we should play OJ.
Y'all are making me curious about it, not gonna lie.
I don't know, man.
Spawn's dumb.
It's like Mario Party if Mario Party was an anime game.
Wait, are we talking about 100% orange juice?
Yes.
Oh, let's go. Can we play someone stream right now?
I'm not playing OJ.
I think I'm the only one with OJ. Do you have OJ?
I have OJ. I'm not gonna play it. But
If y'all want to play it and stream it, I will get it. But today, it would probably be the perfect day for you guys to show the game and convince everyone to play it.
Oh,
It might be free still.
No, it's not. It's $6.
It's I was gonna say it's like $1.
Yeah, like all the
When
games.
it goes on sale, it's $1. I think
it goes on sale stupid often. Like it's on sale more often than it's
This
not.
developer just wants you to have their games. They don't care about anything else.
because you like buy DLC, and DLC like when you like add it all together costs an arm and a leg, and that's where they make their money.
$3,000 worth of DLC for the game.
Is it $3,000? I think.
Holy Christ!
I thought it was a couple $100 worth of these, but 3,000. I'm gonna double check.
I might be thinking about something else.
Probably DOA.
Let me see. 100%.
Okay, so it's $7, $6.99.
Wait, that's a low?
All the DLC put together would be $71.75.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It's basically a deluxe edition of a game.
None of it is on sale. Like when the game goes on sale for like $1, a lot of the older DLC goes on sale for like an absurd amount too. The newer DLCs might not go on sale, or it might be like a small amount. I buy nothing, but I buy nothing but character packs. Like I'm like a few character packs behind those. So like as soon as I can, I'm gonna buy up the rest of the character packs. I'm gonna wait till they go on sale though, so at least I can get a little bit of a discount.
I will say the game is fun. Like at the very most base statement I can give you guys, it's fun. It's worth.
And you don't want to play?
No.
You gotta play like once. You should play once in a while. That's what I do. I don't even play this game that often. I play like once in a while, and when I do, it's fun, and then I ignore it for a couple months.
Yeah, exactly.
I might add that to a list of games for us to play
together. My cousin bought
together.
it when it was on sale for like $1, and he was so whenever he's like, "Hey, you want to play Orange Juice?" and I'm like, "Yeah, all right," and then I never play it again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So every like other month or so, I'm gonna hit you up for some OJ.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't play this game very often either. It's just really fun to play every once in a while. No, I'm not a OJ every so often. I'm not an OJ like every day type of person. I got other shit to do.
Yeah, fuck that. I got Granblue to play.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, I got. I'm not playing Uni. Get the fuck out of here.
I haven't played Uni probably since I last net played Ronald, I think.
Well, we need to fix that.
I played Uni since the quarantine.
It's hard to play Uni when all you have is online. Like the netcode's not super good. I played against Alan a little bit, but it's just not as good.
It doesn't feel very good, no.
See, the problem ends up being that like I try to play Uni, and then that game is the hardest, it's the highest execution game that
it's my hard game.
Play, and like it's not like that bad for the combos that I do, but I still drop them sometimes. And then you want to tell me to like do them on like 3 delay, 4 delay? Like, nope, that's not happening.
Are you saying Uni's harder execution than Skullgirls?
That's a good question.
Yes.
I could stand behind that statement. If EOL were to say it, I could back it up.
Interesting.
Mortal Kombat, so.
I think so. I don't think there are very many difficult links in SG. There are some, but like you don't do a lot of them.
Skullgirls is mostly cancels.
Huh.
Alrighty.
Uni nowadays is like one of the harder modern fighting games in terms of execution, isn't it?
Yes.
Can be, yes.
Yeah.
Nah, Uni's easy as fuck, bro.
Wait, what did you say?
Some characters in Uni are easy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's definitely character dependent, and Uni's still like relatively easy to hop into, but difficult to master. Execution gets rather high with certain characters.
Easy.
Uni's easy to hop into if you have someone else who's bad.
Yes.
You cannot play Uni against somebody who's better than you. You will not learn anything.
Well, I mean, unless they're teaching you, yeah.
Wait, how did I learn then?
If you have someone to teach you.
The key is, okay, so the thing is you can't play with somebody better than you and have them actually try. They need to like pull their punches a little bit so they can teach you the concept. So like when I was playing against you, Nick, when you first started, and it was just Gordo, and it was like 5C, 5A, 5C, 5A. That's how you teach someone how to play Uni. It's like, look, you can't just hold forward. You have to learn to dash block. You have to learn to shield. You have to learn to work your way in.
I miss dash blocking.
Dash blocking is literally like the first thing that you should learn as a Uni player. I think that was the first thing that I was ever taught about, was like, hey, look, if you start dashing, you can immediately block. And I was like, oh shit, this game's tight.
Very important.
We MK9 belt? We MK9 boys?
You can dash block an MK9?
Exactly. You can block, like immediately out of your dash. And
that's like one of the biggest mechanics from
You also do that. You also do that in the versus games, Marvel 2, Marvel 3, Skullgirls.
Yeah.
In anything Marvel, I'm busy dying regardless of if I'm dash blocking.
Dude, speaking of Marvel,
you probably play like really bad teams, like Shenko on point, you have the armor. You probably have like Gong assist or some stupid shit like that. I see you playing Felicia. You're definitely a Felicia player.
That's wrong.
Who would be your last character? I'm sorry, you play Point Phoenix, and then those two characters.
Ooh, I could see Ronald playing Point
Phoenix is badass though.
And we're like, bro, you just put her in the back. And he's like, no, I can make it work. I can make
Ronald's definitely the type of person who will pop Healing Field frame 1.
Oh my god. Not even, like, while he still has X Factor, too.
For sure.
Yo, I'm getting tight just thinking about this.
I know I can disagree, but now I would want to actually make this happen, just to make it
Ronald,
reality.
You'll die. So Healing Field doesn't heal you fast enough to keep you alive. Like,
I know, but it'll just be funny to try.
I'm gonna play Morgan and chip you out in like 2 seconds flat from full screen.
Dude, you could play like fucking Magneto with Doom Rocks and chip him out full screen.
Just play Zero May Cry and fucking pub stomp everybody.
That's what I do, except I don't play Dante because Dante's combos are hard, so I play Doom instead.
Maybe vanilla Dante. Well, okay, no, no. Marvel 3 Ultimate. The new ones are hard, yeah.
If you're not consistently practicing the game, bolt cancels get way harder.
Gun loops, the launch into the gunshots. That's the hard stuff.
I hit that one time, and I was like, all right, sick. I'm never doing this again.
Wait, blocked?
Dang. So these are various conversations that I want to have, probably more, if not maybe later on. But I should probably get to introductions and whatnot now.
Okay. Have you been streaming?
Oh no, yeah, I've been live this whole time. I told you.
For about it says for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. I like to do that.
I guess that's what this stream is.
So share. I don't even know if y'all listened and shared everything, but we'll just talk and see what happens.
Is it on the FGC group? Because I feel like that's the important.
I should probably do that, or y'all can do that, because otherwise I'm just gonna share my post in my GGKF page. Where's my? In fact, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
There you go. promote your page too, in
That would be
case
smart.
somebody hasn't followed it.
Ooh, I put a lot of red pepper on my pizza and this bread.
Why is that chipping me out?
And that's
Not
hot
burn
for
it.
you? Yo,
Dude,
I'm about to
this
hook
game
you
is
up with my
trash.
hot sauce real quick.
No. Well, actually, yes. If it's flavorful, yes. But you're probably gonna kill me either way. But it's more so I just
can
dumped
taste it. You might
pepper
not
all
be able
over
to
it.
taste it. Okay.
And for those who don't know, I like spicy food that's flavorful. I'm just very sensitive to it.
Okay.
Like enjoying your food.
Yeah. That's
See,
why.
I'm like that, except I don't even like the flavor of spice. I'm just like, nah.
Well, because some
Nah.
things can be really flavorful, but there's other spicy food that just tastes like it. No, it doesn't even have a taste. It just feels like pain, and then it's like it's not enjoyable at all.
Well, see what ends up happening. Like, I mean, I'm gonna say like the vast majority of it has a flavor for sure. It just ends up being like a tolerance thing. Like at some point, the spice level can become so much that you can't even taste it, and it does have a flavor. It's just that you're not paying attention to it. Your tongue is too busy dying. That kind of what ends up happening. With me, I have a higher tolerance compared to normal, so then like I could taste like some of the hotter stuff and like how that tastes and whatnot. Like for example, there is a Carolina Reaper sauce, which is the hottest pepper in the world,
What
and
the
it's got
frick?
pineapple in it. And let me tell
Pineapple?
you, it tastes really sweet and it tastes really good and it's really freaking hot. So like
Really
I imagine like the average person tries to eat that and they don't even taste pineapple. They just taste death.
Good grief. I would probably try that anyway, and then I would immediately regret it.
Oh, I can imagine. Nah, you gotta start slow. Like, I don't really like try to like offer people Carolina Reaper sauces just off of the idea that like they might not want to be friends with me no more.
Just off top, like, hey yo, you want to just dive into the deep end?
It's a good way to shake friends you don't want though.
That is some sociopathic shit that I actually agree with. If you don't like somebody, just give them a Carolina Reaper sauce. Yeah, hey,
Oh
I'm
my
putting some of this
God.
on your taco, homie.
Oh my god, I'm gonna just fucking run in the process too. Where'd that guy go? Ah, whatever.
Oh my
Somebody
god.
dying in the other side of the food court.
Alrighty.
Next thing you know, 8 hours later, they just be out there stuck in the bathroom for a few hours.
Damn.
Wait, did MVCI really just have a free crowdfunded tournament for $1,800?
Whoa,
Oh, nice.
what?
People still play MVCI?
Yeah.
Wild.
That's the thing
Apparently.
about Marvel games is you cannot kill them. Like the Marvel 1 and 2 are still alive. Like, people love those games.
That's because those were good, though.
MVCI is good gameplay wise. Everything else about it is terrible. Gameplay wise is cool. I just picked it
looks
up.
like Marvel 3 with less personality.
Yeah.
Or
It's
I
one
guess
of those games.
attempted personality, but severely rushed.
I'm the type of person who says, like, I don't care if a game is like wireframe graphics. I literally just play for the mechanics.
Oh, fucking
I definitely
Jade.
noticed that.
That's why I don't really. That's why I'm not. I mean, I think the UI for Strive looks horrible, but that's not gonna stop me.
Yeah, exactly. As long as I can see what's going on, I don't care what it looks like. And I
Fact.
think Marvel Infinite is one of those
Yo,
kinds
hey,
of
Daniel.
games.
One interesting
That,
thing I've
like,
noticed with Strive,
that's just how
though,
it
is
is.
that it seems like there are more and more people I see on Twitter with opinions that are more and more tending towards like, dang, that was actually kind of fun. Now that I like not able to play, I kind of want to play now.
I heard the damage is kind of fucking nuts in Strive.
It's Sam
It's
Show damage with
super
anime
nuts.
degeneracy.
People
So,
were,
like,
I figured out like the risk system is the main reason those damages was happening. So it just means that damage won't happen to you if you aren't trying to block. So just don't block. That's what I've learned.
Guts is crazy in that game too. Like it ends up being the case that the first 80% of your health bar you just explode, and then you get hit, and it doesn't feel like you're getting hit at all. Like it's just like
nothing.
it's crazy. Yo, Donovan, you know what I'm gonna call
Except
that
for
from
gets
now on?
command
I ain't even
grabs.
gonna call that Guts no more. I'm gonna just use Granblue terminology. I'm gonna call it Garrison.
Yo, yes. That shit is Garrison SL20, bro.
Oh, Daniel, okay.
SL20 double Zeph.
Yo, boy, Mythical
Yo,
Aurora. That's who
howdy.
it'd be.
Yeah, so this is a good segue since he asked. Dang, see, we have so much to talk about. One of these days, we should just do an episode where we just talk. But for now, let me go ahead and briefly run through the people. Y'all can introduce yourselves and all that, and then we'll probably just circle around with the topic, or we just keep talking about anything else. Up to y'all. But first of all, those of you in howdy, welcome to, I guess, episode 3 of what we still call the FresGC podcast, because we still don't have another name. But
Are you fucking kidding?
I like it for now. Today, where the frick is my... Where's my thingy? There it is. Sick. Today, have the usual homies, EOL and Nick, aka Negus EOL and Snek, but we're also joined by Donovan, CocoaTwinkie, and MythicalAurora, Brayden. If y'all want, y'all can introduce yourselves, for those that don't know you, what your main games are, whatever. I don't know. Do whatever feels natural.
Y'all know me.
Y'all know me.
Who are you?
Y'all know me. Don't worry about it.
I mean, there's people on the internet that know me and I don't know them, so there's a chance that anyone watching this knows me.
Don't you love when that happens?
Come to Fresno, try to take my uni money.
Same, but with Skullgirls.
Except for there isn't tournaments for schoolgirls. So there's no money.
Alright, but
Well,
see me in
I run the
Skullgirls
tourney for
anyways.
Skullgirls.
I don't even play Skullgirls no more. But if you want to see me in Skullgirls, we can run Skullgirls.
Dang, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to run once we get this quarantine business over with. And Donovan, I'm already gonna be taking your money.
I still need my fucking revenge match from Luis for Tekken Bowling.
So fucking long, bro. You need to stop playing with all that.
Okay,
Also,
first of all,
I'm gonna introduce myself as one of 2 people in Fresno who has ever made top 8 at an Evo.
Hey.
oh,
Alright.
frick, that is correct.
I made it in Skullgirls. The only other person, as far as I know, in Fresno who's ever made a top 8 at Evo is Chris Schmidt in Marvel 2.
Yo,
Andre
shout-outs to
is,
Chris Schmidt. I've seen him only
Andre
one
in
time in my
one of
life.
the Blaze Blues.
So, who?
Andre did it in one of the Blaze Blues, I think.
Which one?
Actually, which BlazBlue was it? I
don't know,
forgot.
Phantasma, I think.
He probably played Kokonoe.
There's so much Kokonoi players though.
One.
My controller just connected.
Hold on a sec. I have to see the results on that one.
Well, you can probably find super old videos of Andre. I think he used BC20 Fly back then. Still kind of does now for some things. That's a good question. What did he play? Either way, we got Brayden in here, MythicalAurora. In fact, those of you that are his viewers, thank y'all. Excuse me for tuning in.
Y'all know the boy.
Today, kind of a top 16. In fact, yo, someone get Andre in this chat. He can tell us the drunk stories himself, I guess. But today I was basically gonna do like the kind of reverse of last time, where we were talking about focuses on competitive fighting games, I guess you could say. And we kind of deviated a little bit into the non-fighting game, non-competitive stuff. So today I wanted to focus on that specifically. Basically, what game or two has you guys' attention that's not a fighting game, pretty much. I already know some of what y'all have been into, although not only will this be your chance to kind of just gush and show whatever game you like and why it's good, but also if there's anything else that you've been playing that you think people might not know about, you can feel free to share it. Yo, what's up, man? So,
well, there's this excellent first-person shooter. Not many people know it. It's called Valorant.
Valorant. What is that? I've never heard of it.
Well, you see, have you ever heard of a game called Counter-Strike?
Fuck Valorant.
Yo, I will not tolerate Valorant slander.
I only hate Valorant. Wait, what is?
Yo, thanks, Daniel.
What'd I get hit with?
Big sub from
Hit me
Danny
with
Lad?
the sub. Thank you.
Oh, that's why my screen exploded? Okay.
Sorry.
My only issue with Valorant is I haven't gotten a beta code. I haven't played the game yet, so I can't really shit on it. But I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I'm gonna be streaming that shit tomorrow. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MythicalAurora.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. I mean, you already know, every time I do these episodes as well as other streams that I liked, I'll export it to YouTube later, and everybody's social media shenanigans will be in the description, and we can link them in the chat too if y'all.
Linking myself in the chat. Those are my emotes and link to my channel. Drop a follow.
Well, frick, he did it already. There you go.
Come through.
I'm going to. There we go.
Is that the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3?
Tier 1 and 2 are Pop and Joker, and then Dumpy is tier 2.
Oh, okay. So you have enough subs to get a tier 2. Okay, that's.
Wait, what, Donovan?
Yeah, what?
Twitter profile?
Huh? Oh yeah, this is everyone's Twitter profiles.
Hell yeah, I'm on top of that shit, Matt. I gotta show myself.
Was I not supposed to use your Twitter profile picture?
No, I just because that's not like a picture that I have anywhere except my Twitter. Like that's the only place it exists.
Wait, where did you make it, or did someone make it for you?
I made it. That's the picture from when I won my first.
Oh yeah.
When you go to the
Yeah, I forgot. Donovan's allowed to talk whatever smack he wants in uni, even though I can totally body him. He does have pretty notable wins.
Yeah, what place did you get at Evo, Ronald?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Damn. All right.
I just remember I think he won 2 times more than I did. Well, as in like 2 extra
that's
wins.
a big ass 2.
No,
okay?
not.
You need to relax.
I mean like 2. We both made out of pools, and then I immediately lost, and then you got like further. That's what I remember. Oh my God, Matt. Yes, Yuzu is totally the best grappler in uni.
I don't say that anymore. I can hear the emotion in Ronald's voice every time it gets brought up, so I'm over it.
No, you clarified it. I can no longer dispute it, I suppose, since you've elaborated. Anyways,
yeah, super good grappler and super low skill floor. She's easy.
Yeah, Yuzu's the easiest character in uni, definitively.
Alright, now I hear
definitely the hardest. I think.
And I hear a lot of cap.
Oh my God, today wasn't even meant to be focused on talking about fighting games. In fact, maybe we should get the non-fighting game stuff out of the way, and then we'll just like talk a bunch.
I think we were going off about. I think Braden was going off about Valorant.
Yes, explain the game. Now.
Yeah, explain the game and show Valorant for us while I find some kind of
gentlemen,
imagery to put on here.
Buckle up, because we're going to talk about CS Overwatch.
Hey, that sounds pretty accurate. I've ever heard for it.
That sounds pretty accurate.
All right, boys. So,
gosh dang
I know y'all heard of CS. Y'all are on the internet. It's Counter-Strike.
Does it have skin trading?
You click heads, you get skins. That's the whole game. You buy guns.
How are the skins in Valorant, though?
You have a Swedish dude on your team that hates you. And then Overwatch. Fucking Overwatch. I don't... You got abilities on little cartoon boys and girls.
You play a character for a season and then cry when it gets nerfed next season.
They don't nerf shit in Overwatch. This dude's wildin'. They don't know how to fucking balance video games.
I've seen D.Va fall in and out of the meta so many times. Is she currently in the meta?
Fuck, I don't know.
I've loosely followed Overwatch, but basically what usually happens in Overwatch balance is they'll eventually nerf something that becomes meta for like a good month. Yeah, it's like several months. They'll nerf it into the ground, and then they'll like a new meta will arise like immediately, and they'll just repeat that cycle of nerfing whatever becomes meta. But then other things end up becoming strong. Wait, what?
Overwatch.
Is that 4 tanks to support?
I want to say it was 3 tanks, 2 support, and 1 DPS. Overwatch 2 is a kind of sequel. It's like going from Eunice to Uniclear, kind of. So it's more like an expansion sort of deal. They're just adding on top of it and mixing shit up a little bit.
You just gotta add the 2 so that the casual.
But fuck Overwatch. That's not what this is about, boys.
I know what Overwatch is. It's Overwatch players act like you care about the lore, but actually never read a single thing.
No, they just watch the shorts and then jack off to the 34. But that's unimportant.
The shorts are cool though. Honestly, the game's needed a story mode for like a long time.
You get excited when you see that they release something new for the lore, and then immediately tune out as soon as you figure out it's not an animated short.
Oh, you mean there's seasonal events that are boring as shit?
Dang,
that they try to eject lore into?
I don't think there's a lore reason as to why. What's one of the most crazy skins? Why? What's her name?
Ooh.
I don't even know any of the names. I'm gonna stop talking.
Anyways, that sounds like apparently it's a very accurate comparison. And
CS Overwatch is a very, very good comparison for it, but I also strongly disagree with it. Because people, they call it CS Overwatch. Like, yes, it has very strong Counter-Strike roots, but why would you not make that? There's never been like a Counter-Strike competitor in that same vein. And the Overwatch comparison is very, very, very vague. Like, art style is mildly similar.
I'd say the ability is closer to Overwatch than CS.
Oh, God, no. The abilities are dangerously different.
Well, I mean, like, the fact that there are, like, more flashy abilities.
I mean, I could see what he's saying, though, because saying that would be like saying that, you know, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are the same because there's characters that throw projectiles. Like, yeah, but not really.
Kind of. But, like, with CSGO, everything's, like, rooted in, like, realistic weaponry, whereas this has a little bit more, like, fancy and fantastical abilities, like Overwatch does.
I think it's more, from having watched it, I watched a little bit of it because everybody is playing the shit right now. It's definitely more like Counter-Strike than it is like Overwatch.
At least it looks. Yeah, it looks more like Counter-Strike than Overwatch, but otherwise,
it's more like if like Counter-Strike had mods. Like, it's not necessarily that they took Overwatch and made it more like Counter-Strike. It's just like a modded Counter-Strike.
I can see that.
I think it looks sick, honestly. It's like anime Counter-Strike.
something like that.
Anime Counter-Strike. Now you have my attention.
A lot of the abilities I've seen, like in Valorant, and you can go ahead and let me know if this is wrong, but a lot of them just kind of look like they've been, like I've seen some mobility-based ones. I've seen one specifically that allows you to, like, it's like a camera of sorts, pretty much. Like, you get to throw like a couple cameras out there and like view them and whatnot. And then I've seen a lot that like just obstruct your view. Like, it doesn't look like there are many, if any, lethal abilities in Valorant. You can go ahead and
definitely are. I watched a video of somebody aimbotting with the character that has like the throwable daggers on his ultimate or whatever, and he literally was just headshotting people and one hit killing them.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, most of it is like stuff that's like tactical. So like, I watched a video of a streamer who was waiting by the bomb, and like right before it was too late, he threw up a wall and started to defuse it, and they couldn't shoot the wall down before he defused it. So that was like an ultra clutch moment and use of his ability. But it's not something that's gonna, like, you know, you're not gonna ace the team with that ability. It's just ultra hella super duper useful if you need to do stuff like that.
You're talking about Sage Boys?
Sure, yeah. I don't know.
You're talking about my QT Asian waifu?
I know there's a black guy, and he's cool. I'm down with it.
He's just KSI, basically, but with fire. It's a little weird. But,
Oh, frick, that was the wrong one. I just realized.
Valorant is just very enjoyable, because I feel like it takes the best parts of CSGO and the best parts of Overwatch and kind of combines it a little bit. Other than, like, obviously the characters being super interesting in Overwatch. Maybe it just hasn't been enough time through Valorant to get, like, emotionally invested in them yet. But it is definitely very tactical, and you have to be very specific on when you buy abilities. I think that's what I like about it, is it adds that like economy layer to your abilities. and makes it even more decision based,
Right.
even before the round even starts. Because I think that's one of the best parts about CS:GO is econ, because you have to decide when you're going to full commit to spending money, or when you're just going to econ and hope to win a round.
Yeah, I think that strategy is one of the cooler things about Counter-Strike. I was always really bad at Counter-Strike, so I never had any money to buy anything. So I can't completely relate, but I think it's cool.
And then what else have I been playing? A lot of Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is my fucking life. It's so sweaty, and I love it.
What the
I know
hell does
some
that
people that
mean?
are into it.
What does sweaty mean?
Yeah.
Oh boy. A lot of anger. There's a lot of emotional investment in the community. Especially in the middle ranks.
Bro, that's Tekken. That's Tekken. Like,
pretty much, yeah. The community's full of shitters. We all hate each other. But
bro,
the game's
that's
good.
Tekken.
But the game's also terrible at the same time. It goes through about 2-month periods where it rotates between the game being trash and the game being fucking top tier.
That's literally Tekken right now. It just came off the trash period, and everybody's like, yo, okay, this new patch, we're good.
Exactly like Tekken.
Wow.
I'm super invested in Tekken, but that is a good fucking analogy.
Damn.
Community full of shitters. Everybody's too emotionally invested in it.
Having opinions when they shouldn't, because they don't know shit.
Yes. Fucking Silvers having opinions on the game when nobody cares.
I get it.
Just click heads. Just tech those.
Exactly, bro. Just break the throw. Yes, I get it. I'm on board.
But as far as the draw for Siege, I don't like CS:GO all that much, but I like tactical shooters. So it's a big struggle. And then I found Siege, and it's basically Call of Duty with realistic gunplay and actual tactical shit.
Now, what's the realistic gunplay aspect?
Guns have recoil.
That is correct.
Matter. Wall penetration. Pretty much every wall in the game is destructible in some way.
Oh, really? Frick.
That was like the biggest draw when the game first came out. Is it would always show you just like busting through
shit. It's so fucking hype. It is genuinely some of the most chef's kiss shit in the world. That you can just break whatever the fuck you want.
I just got that. We're talking about CS:GO now.
And it's kind of cool. You get to be a SWAT team raiding people's fucking compounds and stopping them from blowing up chemical bombs.
Definitely.
Well, that sounds like it can get pretty hype.
It is stressful.
So not hype, just stressful.
But if we're talking
Tekken, man,
if we're talking stress, have y'all boys ever heard of Escape from Tarkov?
Oh god.
I'm not about those survival
I think.
games.
It's terrifying.
You are out of my element now.
It is literally one of the most terrifying things I have ever done. I've been playing shooters my whole goddamn life, and this shit still makes me literally quake from fucking stress and anxiety, and it makes you feel so alive.
So you just lose everything if you die, I assume?
Oh yeah, if you die, you lose everything that you had on you, and you have to grind for everything that you use, and it can just be taken away in an instant.
So it's like Daisy.
That sounds. That reminds me of Daisy. Is mad depressing,
but not bad. In 2020,
I think Daisy was just they put it out too soon because that game obviously took the world by storm because it was stupid popular. but then they just stopped like improving it. I guess I didn't follow it very long, but it just
focus on the battle royale.
Seems like it never got better.
They cashed in on the battle royale, but battle royales went in different directions, and then they didn't go back to work.
Dang.
Ah, that's right. The battle royale phase where everybody and their moms was doing battle royales.
Hell yeah, brother.
Actually, to be fair, Call of Duty just put out that battle royale, so
that shit smacks though.
I think that one's probably.
I've only played a couple games, but it was fun. The only problem was it was like my connection was really bad because I was on Wi-Fi, and I had 2 other people in the room in the house playing the same exact game but on wired. I was out here skipping around like crazy. Oh, that was okay. So I do have an interesting story in regards to that. So it basically ends up being the case that like I'm one of the last 3 or 4 people alive and whatnot, and it's me and this last dude, and we shoot each other, and he kills me, and like 2 frames later I kill him. So like there's nobody alive. There's nobody alive, but like ultimately I died like last. I died, and then he won, and then he died, and I was just sitting here like, come on, really? That was sad time. That was my first game too.
That's freaking silly.
I'm sad. I would have retired. I would have retired from Warzone, like off of that. Well, to be fair, I haven't played Warzone since, so maybe I am retired.
Ay.
But I still need to install Warzone on PC, but it's such a goddamn big download.
Oh yeah, that thing was huge.
Like 85 gigabytes.
Something like that.
Fucking Battle Royale.
85 gigabytes?
Yeah, because you have to download like all the shit from the main game, basically, which is like the full game and Warzone is like what 120 gigs.
That's wild.
That's a big game.
You end up downloading a ton of things you don't end up using because
gigs.
like you're probably not buying like I don't know, maybe you're like a Call of Duty guy and then you buy the whole game and then you're good, but then you could just be like me who has no interest in buying a Call of Duty, so you buy the whole damn game just for a single game mode.
It was only a matter of time though until like the Battle Royale phase was replaced with like 1 or 2 games that really set on top. And I think it's turned to Fortnite and Call of Duty.
It's pretty healthy right now because we have Apex definitely has its own community, Fortnite has its community, and fucking everybody likes Warzone for the most part.
Yeah, Apex is smaller than Fortnite and Warzone, I guess now, but
the Apex community is fucking dedicated, and I'm so glad that Apex got popular because fucking it brought so much attention to Titanfall. And Titanfall 2 is literally one of the best shooters we've had in the past.
I never got to try Titanfall.
2020?
I don't even play shooters that much, and I know. But yeah, Titanfall 2 was underrated as hell.
Titanfall 2 was top 3 shooter in the past decade.
Didn't it come out of the same week as like another game from EA?
It came out at the same time as Battlefield 1.
And they marketed that instead.
They marketed Battlefield 1 way harder.
Daniel's saying Titanfall is aight? That's surprising.
Yo, Daniel, are you saying? Please tell me.
Titanfall would honestly be the most interesting spectator.
Daniel's the person I would expect to like shill Titanfall to me. That's usually the kind of games he plays.
Titanfall's aight? Daniel.
That's not good enough for him, it sounds.
Daniel.
Get ready.
This man playing BB tag right now.
I might be practicing some BB tag.
I can't think of very many shooters that I would put over Titanfall 2. At least console shooters.
I mean,
as far as console shooters
I don't play them enough to rank them like that anymore.
I would say Titanfall 2 is a hard top 3 because I would only put like since 2010 there's not many shooters that I would put above it. Let's see, when did, because Black Ops 2 was what, 2012?
That's a good question. I don't know.
We have the internet in front of us.
I'm Wikipediaing that shit.
Okay,
yeah, 2012. Yeah. So we had what? Black Ops 2 in 2012, Modern Warfare 3 in 2011, and before that was Black Ops 1 Yeah, Call of Duty hasn't put much out this decade, realistically. I mean, it's going to be hot because it's Call of Duty, but like I'd say Black Ops 2 is definitely top 3, Battlefield 4, and Titanfall 2. Or Battlefield 3, take your pick, whichever you prefer.
Dang, that make me feel like I need to play more shooter games.
Oh, Battlefield 3 and 4 are fucking goated. Those are legitimately some of the best experiences I've had gaming, is playing Battlefield 3 and 4.
Dang, really? Wait, Modern Warfare, Overwatch, Battlefield.
Wait, which Modern Warfare are we talking here? Are we talking the new one?
Wait, was it the original one that got remastered? I forgot.
Is this man saying Modern Warfare?
Current one is the current one the one that got remastered?
No. He's talking about the new Modern Warfare, Warzone Modern Warfare.
Oh, that's a different Modern Warfare itself?
Yeah, COD 4 Modern Warfare got a remaster with Infinite Warfare.
Oh, dang, yeah, I'm definitely out of the loop with that stuff.
But putting Modern Warfare at number 1, Daniel, the fact that you're putting that over Battlefield 4 is sus.
Yeah, he's got a point. Even if you don't like Overwatch like took stuff over. Like
it took stuff over, but it died so fast. It was meant
did
to
it?
be a. It was meant to be a
kind of.
long
I mean, because
shooter.
people still play it. Well, like
it's not as
No,
it's not as big as it should be.
yeah, it's out of the meme phase, I guess you could say. Because people were making animated shorts, people were making all their porn, people were making all kinds of stuff.
You're only making that when people are making porn.
The first year of Overwatch, I'd say, is top 5 worthy, but it's died down.
Yeah, definitely. Well, comparatively, it's definitely died down.
That was great.
I'm talking not competitive, not competitive top 3. I'm talking just like as a whole.
Well, all of those games are still fine competitively, aren't they? Haven't they always had a lot of support?
I still do consider Overwatch the most embarrassing game of the year award by the awards, though. It's so mad.
I forgot what happened with the awards. I'm so out of the loop with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just talking from a general gaming aspect. From a shooter player. Competitive, more of a side note, because we're not all like tournament level players.
I'm definitely not.
Competitive aspect, Black Ops 2 is fucking top 1.
Wait, I think I'm the only other person here that you call tournament level up shooters.
Yeah, Mr. Tsundere Splatoon player over here.
I would absolutely put Black Ops 2 top 1 for competitive shooters.
Black Splatoon definitely got attention. I don't know if it blew up as much though.
Splatoon just got. They just announced. They just dropped a new update, and they just announced that they're rebooting Splatfests apparently.
Splatoon top 10. Oh god, Daniel's trolling. I'm being trolled right now.
I guess in terms of influence and innovation, Splatoon could be up there, but I don't know about popularity.
Splatoon's unique, and it is good from a spectator point of view. It's just Nintendo is awful at promoting competitive. Awful.
It's because Nintendo doesn't give a fuck.
They don't.
They're just like, yeah, it's a party game. Deal with it.
Huh. Wait a minute.
Splatoon ironically is less party than Smash.
Have y'all...
Hey, Lamau.
I just realized something. I might... we might transition to the next set of games to talk about, but I'm going to try something real quick. Go ahead and keep talking. Don't mind me.
All right. Let's go top 5, Daniel. What is your top 5 general shooters? Not from a competitive level, just that you have played in the last decade. So, Black Ops 1 till now. Ish.
Let me see. Well, I guess while actually, while Daniel's making his list, I guess, well, actually, before I ask Nick what I was gonna ask him, it seems like some of y'all, like EOL and Donovan, that you guys have like a passive understanding of like shooters and stuff, but I'm guessing you never got like super duper into shooter games at all.
I used to play Call of Duty like religiously.
Oh, really?
Well, the thing is that like I played them because my friends liked them, but then I found fighting games and it was over. So
yeah, that's fair.
How old are you looking at, like saying?
So I all the way, God, I have a very large place in my heart for first person and I guess to a lesser extent third person shooters. But I grew up playing like the Halo series. I've played every Halo game except for like 4 and 5, I think, if there even is a Halo 5. Gears of War. I played a lot of Call of Duty. So stupid amounts of Call of Duty. Even older stuff like when Conker's Bad Fur Day came out with the Live and Reloaded. I played a shit ton of that online. But then in 2011, when I was 17 years old, I watched my first Evo online and it was over. It was fighting games from then on out. Like nothing else mattered. So right up, I think the last like shooting game that I was playing like heavy was maybe like Black Ops 2 or World at War. And that was about it. Everything after that was just fighting games. Nothing else mattered.
I find it interesting to hear that you did start fighting games about the same time that I did.
Well, I've been playing fighting games since I was like 4 and 5, like because my dad liked it. So I was like, I would button mash, and then I realized that button mashing wasn't going to get me anywhere. So I started to learn how to actually like do the inputs. And then it took me like 14 years to realize that other people liked fighting games because none of my friends liked it, and I didn't even realize that there was an entire community out there in the world until one of my friends who I knew from Maple Story, actually. Shout outs to MMOs. But
shout outs to Maple Story.
He told me, he was like, hey, you like fighting games, right? Like you like that Marvel versus Capcom? Well, there's this tournament called Evo. And I watched it and I was like, damn. I was like, never again. Fighting games that's it. Like now that I knew that I had people to play with, I was like, holy shit, that was it. It was just fighting games.
That's
all it takes.
To me, the interesting thing I heard there is the fact that it strikes me as weird for someone not to have heard about Evo, but I guess we are talking about whatever year that was. Evo probably wasn't as popular.
Oh, bro, I didn't know about Evo until I fucking found out about fighting games.
When was that?
My first fighting game that I actually cared about was probably MKX, honestly.
Okay. Like I'd heard about Evo before.
I had never heard about that shit.
But probably
I grew up as a shooter kid.
I guess it was mainly because of the Smash scene at my school.
Shooter player.
Evo wasn't like poppin' until maybe like 2013. That was when it gained like mainstream appeal. But otherwise, before that, you had to kind of like know about fighting games.
That's where the more modern
Twitch
moments
was
come
starting
from.
to take off, and they had that donation drive. They got stupid amounts of attention.
Oh
now
boy!
2013
fighting games are out here.
Was 2013 MKX's first year? No, that would have been in
2013.
Justice.
I don't remember. My timelines are all messed up.
What games were Evo 2013? Yeah, that was Injustice at Evo, boys. Holy shit.
Oh,
was that the year Injustice got in when I think so. Was that like there was a drive between Skullgirls and Smash? Yeah, and they said only one of those games was gonna make it, and then they were like, "Just kidding, NRS gave us hella money. We're gonna put that into."
No, it was them's fighting herds. I don't think it was Skullgirls.
And then Fine Herds didn't exist back
P4A
then.
was
Well,
that was
Oh, okay.
Did Skullgirls ever get it? Yeah, Skullgirls
yeah,
never got his final
P4A
spot.
was
Did
gonna
it?
be on Evo.
Yeah, no, yeah. Because Skullgirls came out in 2012, and that was vanilla, and that game was garbage, but I made top 8, so therefore that was the best version of the game. And then the next year was the 2013 was the Evo drive for Skullgirls. And then Skullgirls didn't get in, and then Melee got in, and then NRS gave Wizard hella money, so then they put
Mortal
Injustice
Kombat
in.
and Injustice in Evo main
No,
games.
I don't think there's ever been 2 NRS games. It's always one or the other.
No, 2013.
When's Injustice 3 then?
What's Injustice?
Not next year, but the year after.
Interesting.
Yeah, Injustice 3 is almost definitely coming. Like DC...
2013 was SF5 or SF4 Arcade, Ultimate MVC3.
Oh, they did put 2 NRS. Okay, at least they quickly realized after all that was not happening again.
Injustice KOF 13, Tekken Tag 2, what the fuck? Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Ooh.
XT boys. That game. You want to talk about bad games?
Mortal Kombat and P4.
What, you don't like being +5 on block for your jab, for your 3-frame jab?
Yeah, your 3-frame jab. No, I do not. I'm good.
That's disgusting.
I'm good.
Wait, how much plus?
Rolento's 3-frame jab, which by the way, he was poking you with a little stick, so it goes super far compared to a lot of other jabs.
Yeah, the range is what makes it freaking dumb.
Block.
Bro, what?
So like it was so plus that you could just walk forward and like you could walk forward jab, and get like hella jabs off just because you keep walking forward and have it be a true block
somebody
string.
off of jabs.
Supposedly,
And like
allegedly, 2013 Cross Tekken 2013 was a good game.
Yeah, but like the
shout
damage had already been done. Like you can't be out here making terrible games and then expect it to like fix it and then like it'll be good to go. Well, I lied. Street Fighter 5. But other than that, like a lot of the times, if you start off the gate horribly and you're not Street Fighter and not Street Fighter Cross Tekken, see that's what killed SFXT. It was the XT. And the fact that SF4 was still available.
Yeah, people were like, "Well, I'm not gonna play this piece of shit because fucking Super AE 2012 is still popping." So,
Shout out! 4 hours ago, they confirmed October 2022 for the Spider-Verse sequel.
Wow.
the movie.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's cool.
Shout
That's
out
like
to
2
Sony.
years from now, though.
That's fine.
Oh boy.
That's fine.
I mean,
Hopefully
that's
they'll fix that motion blur. That shit made me a little bit sick in Spider-Verse. Oh, I still haven't put my top 5 in chat. Fuck.
Motion blur. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. That's really a good segue, but I guess the question is, should we have Nick probably gush once more on One Step from Eden or a different game, or y'all, all three of you guys can probably just start talking about Granblue, because I know that's coming.
Play Granblue? Is that a thing?
Huh?
Nick, are you like actually playing Granblue? I knew you were like.
We talking about
dipping your
Tim's?
toe in.
I'm still getting through the story mode. I'm gonna be somewhere eventually, but I'm still just logging in.
Tim's and
going to
EX.
story mode.
No, we're talking about regular Granblue, the OG. None of this.
I feel like
versus
I'll play
bullshit.
Granblue more. I feel like I'll definitely be playing it a lot more when World gets started again. Like that's definitely a game I started playing because of the idea of between classes, so I can just pull out my phone. But like now I'm just at home. I'm like, dang, I'll just practice finding.
Nah,
So
fuck
always
that,
worth the
bro.
wait.
I
That
play-
is
I play
true for the
Granblue
most
Fantasy
part,
more
man.
than anything else these days.
I'm still chipping away at the story though. Don't worry. I'm still playing it. I am getting into it. It's just when everything is getting rolling in the world, I will be playing it more.
EOL can back me up on this whenever he unmutes, but the more free time you have, the more Granblue Fantasy time you have.
I
Maybe when I
mean,
get deep into it,
I thought you said not to get sucked into it.
Do not. No. Okay, see, this is whenever we start the Granblue Fantasy segment, I will start off by saying, do not start this game. However, if you are already in, just you're in. That's it. I'll never ever recommend that somebody start playing the game. But like
the only time you'd vaguely recommend it's like class mode. when they did the anniversary stuff.
Yeah, I was
the
low
best time to play was a
key.
month ago.
I was low key, maybe like willing to indulge in it, but honestly, Granblue Versus had my attention more than like trying to start Granblue Mobile, and maybe that's like a sign. I don't know, but like Versus itself, even the RPG mode, it already feels like I'm dipping my toe into you guys' shenanigans, so I probably should just leave it at that.
All right, boys. I'm gonna go get dinner. Enjoy the Granblue talk, fellas.
Alrighty.
But
In
like,
fact,
what,
feel free to poke back in. Actually, sorry, Daniel. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Depending on how long you're streaming, I'll check you out too soon. But Brayden, you can go eat. If you want to poke back in anytime, you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you can just bite the bullet and try out Granblue Mobile and
Bro,
just
I'm not
get
fucking
sucked
playing
in.
mobile games.
Brayden, I don't know what your life habits are like. Do not start playing Granblue Fantasy.
I don't play mobile games, so that is not something that I'm gonna do.
You're safe.
you can play it on a browser if that changes it.
No, the most I would play it is like in queues when
Yeah.
I'm playing shooters.
No, there's literally like a billion other good games to play in queue. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I promise you.
I'll
Any game
take
with a
it.
more forgiving pity rate.
Gosh dang it.
All right, see you, boys.
Alright,
Enjoy.
see you,
Thanks for
Brayden.
having me.
No worries.
Once again, shout out twitch.tv/MythicalAurora. Follow me for FPS content, sometimes fighting game content.
He's gonna learn Under Night. He's just watch him exclusively for Under Night, and then
Yeah,
maybe
be disappointed.
watch
Me
Brayden.
play Under Night twice a month.
Hey, that's worth it.
Shout out fighting games. Sub to me. I need 4 more subs for new emotes.
He's got the goal. Go sub to this man.
All right, see you, boys.
Laters. See, I don't know, because you guys will always talk so much about Granblue, and y'all clearly seem like you have some kind of enjoyment with it. And then Donovan's like, nah, Chief, don't play this game.
But that's the thing is like when so this is when you're gonna have to start paying attention to the conversations that EOL and I have with Granblue. When we're talking about Granblue, it's not like we're happy with the game.
Wait,
We're
what?
always complaining about something. Like that's it. If we're happy about the game, it's because we overcame the bullshit and like managed to get like a really good drop like one time. But for the most part, you just don't. Your time is better spent elsewhere.
Wow.
It's not that Granblue Fantasy is a bad game. It's a really good game. It's basically a MOBA game MMO.
It sounds like it's an extreme commitment.
It is. Well, you can play it casually. It's just that the return on investment for other games is higher.
Oh.
Are you guys in too deep to leave Granblue Versus? So it's not Granblue Versus, but I wouldn't say that I'm too deep because I have already quit Granblue Fantasy once.
But you still play it, don't you?
Exactly. I made it out, but I went back in because I know how much I like the game. So again, don't start. It's not worth it. Don't start playing.
I guess it depends what you consider out then.
This is like a weird inverse of like Matt and his previous Cap Cop shenanigans, where he'd be super into Street Fighter V, and you know how everyone that plays Street Fighter V, they complain about it, but they'll play it anyway, and they're probably making a lot of money from it. Who knows? But either way, they'll play it and they complain about it. Matt would be mad at Street Fighter V, but he would like try to leave the game, but then he just come right back to it. You're describing like a weird inverse of it, where you're definitely saying there's other things more worth your time, but with Street Fighter V, people will usually try to they'll try to explain in some way why it may or may not be worth trying, unless you just have extreme nostalgia for Street Fighter 4, then you're probably not playing Street Fighter 5.
So I guess the key distinction here is that I play Granblue because I like Granblue. There's no other game that does like I played Dragalia Lost, I played World Flipper, I played Precone for a little bit.
I don't know what
I
any of
played
those are.
Azure Lane, I played Girls Frontline, like I've been around the mobile game world.
Oh, wait.
But
Is Azure Lane the one where like the girls are boats?
yes.
Boats.
Okay,
Boats.
I keep seeing art
love it.
of that. What's that waifu's name? Bremerton or something?
Bremerton. She's the new hotness right now, yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about the game, but whatever like tennis outfit that people keep drawing her in, she looks kind of waifu, not gonna lie.
No, Azure Lane is a fucking that game prints money for YoStar, like a stupid amount of money.
Japan found a way to make people horny for World Warships.
They sell stupid ass skins and just make $1 billion. But
dang,
I like Granblue because of the way the game works. Like I like the class system, I like the raids, I like the skills, I like the summons, I like everything about Granblue. But that being said, I know the game well enough to say that, like, for the average person, if you're like, oh, like, I don't know if I'll like it, don't start. Like, it's not just do
it's
anything
just not
else.
worth it.
Because if you don't, I mean, you can try it out. But I won't recommend that people try it out. Because if you get suckered into it and it's not your thing, you're just gonna have a bad time. But if you really like MMOs and you like doing raids and you like stupid ass grinds, then yes, Granblue Fantasy is the best mobile game for you. If you like turn-based combat and just team building and composition like study, then yes, Granblue Fantasy is a great game for you. But like if you're like on the fence, I would say just go play something else. No, I do not want to buy your bonus and DLC codes. I already got all the DLC codes I need. I'm good.
Actually, I forgot. I don't even know what to do with my codes now.
If you have any extra codes, you can definitely toss them my way. I got the Bubs code from Brendan, and I got the fucking Narmaya code from myself.
I'd have to like go through all the codes and just list them one by one of what you'd want.
I just because I have the game, I got the 5,000 crystals for beating story mode. I got the Narmaya code. I got the Bubs code from Brandon, and then that's really like Sora is an act. So this is I'd sorry to break anybody's heart. Sora is not good in Granblue Fantasy, so that's kind of iffy. The Zoe code, I don't know about Selpher a lot, but Zoe is a super popular character. So what is Zoe's code coming with? Is it coming with a skin? Because if it's coming with a skin, then like she's already got skins that people are gonna go nuts over anyway. So
I don't know.
It's a skin for like that looks like Granblue.
That's what doesn't make sense to me, because her Versus iteration, they already have a Zoe in Granblue that kind of looks like it. So that's why I'm like, I don't know why they got it, but
well, we'll see what we can get our hustle on with then, Matt.
Well, Granblue, I will say, like, yeah, the anniversary month was insane. Like, I had nothing going into it pretty much, and I came out with a full team, even backline. I think I'm pretty sure even backline of what star is it? No, it's SSRs. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait for that. But yeah, like I have a full SSR teams for every element. Like that month was insane.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
like as a new player, you got so many new SSRs.
Yeah, so I can talk about the aspects of Granblue Fantasy if like the whether you should play it or not discussion aside, we can get back into that.
Well, I mean, you feel free to elaborate on whatever you'd feel would provide the proper context on why someone should or should not play this game.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna try to convince anybody. I'm just gonna say what the game is in like a non-meme way. So Granblue Fantasy is essentially a turn-based MMO MOBA game with both single player and multiplayer content. In the main time that you're gonna spend in the game is grinding for your grid. So the way you have the grid is there are 10 weapon slots. There's one main hand that your main character uses, and there are 9 that that count towards your stats and your weapon skills, things like that. You try to get something that's coherent for your build, whether you're on element or you're trying to go for something else. But you try to get as strong as you can. Most of your time in the game is going to be spent trying to build your grid up. The number one thing to remember in the game is that your grid is infinitely more valuable than anything else. You can have weak characters, but if your grid is strong, you're going to overcome that.
Yo, shouts to Uni.
So yeah, exactly. So like Nick was saying, like, yeah, he's got a bunch of SSRs, which was cool because he's a new player. Having those grid weapons are like even better than having a really good lineup. But
I mean, it gave me plenty of that.
Don't worry. Absolutely. But the game is, I would say, it's got a really huge community. It's never got downtime. Like there's literally no break time, and I guess that's another thing to note about the game is that you cannot, if you don't want to fall behind, you should not take extended breaks from Granblue Fantasy. The game always has some kind of event up. Sometimes it's reruns, sometimes it's not. It really just kind of depends, but you really, really want to try to participate in the events as much as possible.
So you have to stay in the loop.
Exactly. That's another one of the things is like people are like, oh, I'll just I'll play it casually, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but you're gonna fall behind, like, because you're gonna miss some events and you're gonna miss some stuff that you really should have grinded for. And if you don't care about being optimal or like progressing at a steady pace, then that's fine. But you're definitely doing like your Granblue career a disservice if you're only playing it every so often. Let me see. What else can I say about Granblue? It's got a lot of really cool characters. Honestly, some of the character designs are like super waifu bait, obviously. But
I think that's what drove
it's got a lot of the like original Final Fantasy art team behind it. So the art direction is really good. I don't know. It's just the soundtrack is really amazing. I don't listen to the music because I hate like phone game sounds, but I know that the soundtrack is good. The music's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, like that carries over versus.
Yeah, even from playing versus, that's part of what's made me curious and at least care more about the lore and aesthetic of the game is in versus. These characters, the RPG mode kind of makes you care about them a bit, gives you a little sprinkle of the lore. Some of them are pretty waifu, some of them are just interesting, if not cool. Music's freaking sick. So the intrigue is definitely there, at least for someone like me, anyway.
There's a lot of characters that like. So I don't know. They probably did this on purpose, but the thing is that there's an aspect of every type of character that appeals to somebody. In the sense that if you like small, cute, huggable characters, there's an entire race of that. They're called Harvins. If you like characters with huge boobs, they have those. They're called drafts.
Just fan service from every angle.
Oh shit, we're talking about drafts.
Yeah, we're talking about drafts because Ronald's like, well, just go over like Granblue. So I'm not trying to tell people whether they should or shouldn't play it. I'm just like going over the game.
Yeah, just
But one of the appeals of it is literally like they have something for everyone. If you like what is it? Kemono Mimi. If you like animal ears, there's an entire animal ear race. They're called the Arunes. If you like humans, they have humans. It's just they have everything. If you like big burly men, they got big burly men. It's just got something for everybody. If you like turn-based gameplay with team building aspects, Granblue Fantasy is literally the MOBA game for you. It's just be careful how intense you get into it because it will take up so much time.
I'm playing Granblue right now.
Exactly. I'm full autoing Celeste HL to try to get those goddamn host crystals.
Nice. I'm running a U Baja train, so I can get host mats for Baja HL.
How much have you put into the What Makes the Sky Blue rerun?
Not very much. I've been doing I've been doing a ton of very hard, so I think I only have about I don't have very much honors. Or I think I'm only through I'm only on my 5th box right now, maybe. But
I'm up to 33 million honors.
Nah, yeah, I've been concentrating on getting the material, so I think I'm sitting at 400-ish right now. But the general idea is I just want to 10 box it and get the hell out of there. I just want my crystals. I just want my Dama crystals.
See, these are the conversations I'm talking about, where the interest at least seems to be there.
We're definitely. Well, the thing is that we're interested because we're committed. Like, you're just if you play Granblue, you play Granblue.
If you know, you know, that sort of thing.
That's it. If you know, you know. That's just how it goes. But if you have friends that play Granblue, I would say that's probably the biggest draw. That's why I started. I only started playing because I had friends that played.
Yeah,
but eventually the game itself just gave me enough satisfaction that I didn't need anyone else to play it. Like all my friends had already stopped and I was the only person playing at that point.
Nice. So see, what ends up happening with me was I was playing SMT, the SMT gacha, and I was really frustrated with the system that they have to get around the gacha in regards to that system is so absurdly tedious and long to grind to get a certain beast instead of a demon. That ended up being the case that I was just like, all right, well, gacha is garbage, and the way to get around gacha is even worse. I'd rather just roll. Yeah. So it ends up being the case that I just quit, and then I had a bunch of friends who was playing multiple gacha games, and I'm like, all right, what is the gacha game you guys play the most? I noticed it's Fate and Granblue, Faco and Granblue, and I'm just like, which one should I play? And I think at the time more people were playing Granblue more than people than playing Faco because they were just like, nah, just play Granblue. Granblue's grindy, but Faco was like you could play JP and be caught up, but it'll be JP, so you can't read shit, or you gotta play NA and be years behind. And I'm like, well, I'm playing Granblue.
Yep.
So here I am. I'm rank 179.
I'm 174 and a half right now, but
dang, we're close.
The issue is that so I guess this is something else to if you're starting off in Granblue, a lot of people will tell you to do this thing called sliming. And sliming it'll get you to a really high rank very quickly. But the issue is that you will have Granblue Fantasy rank imposter syndrome, where you will be at a rank that will give you access to content you very clearly are not prepared for.
It basically ends up being the case that you're supposed to grind weapons to make yourself stronger and have more HP and other various things to buff you.
System, yeah.
Yeah, the grids. So you got to build up weapons for your grid, but the problem ends up being that if all you're doing is sliming, you're not spending that time grinding for weapons for your grid. So therefore, you're going to be out here rank 130 and your grid is going to look like you're rank 80.
Exactly.
And it's just I'm just out. Yeah, and then you just be out here man, I can't do anything. I got to go back and do this low level stuff because I was too busy doing nothing but slimes, and now it's I can't do nothing now. Now, like for me, now I'm at a point where like grinding might be a good idea. I want 185 so badly, just so I can get that second team HP EMP for like every single one of my classes ever.
Yeah.
Sound like there's the potential for it to be tedious.
Oh no! It's not. It's not the potential for it to be tedious. The game is tedious. It doesn't care whether you want it to be or not.
It's Granblue Fantasy. It's not Granblue. It's
Granblue
Granblue.
There's no way around it either. Like that's just how it fucking goes.
You could be a super big time whale and still have a grind.
Yeah, there's no way around it. The game is there's no like skip. That's just how it is. It's just the fucking game.
Although to be fair, if I have 50k to like just make whale grids and I didn't have to grind M2 that much, I still have to grind M2 a little bit, but like
God, bro, if I won the lotto, I would become a Granblue Fantasy streamer and just
absolutely
just a spark a day. Oh my god,
a spark a day, a spark. I would definitely do a spark every gala. I would do a spark, and then like if I needed multiple sparks, I would just spark multiple times. But like every single gala, I'm sparking. Every single gala, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be that Granblue streamer that just sparks like all goddamn day.
Dude, the government gave me 1,200, and I almost spent half of that on a spark.
Oh man, as soon as that shit hit, I was like, all right, I can't do it. I can't in good conscience drop $450 on Granblue. So yeah, okay, I guess that's another good thing to bring up about Granblue Fantasy is if you have a character that you really, really want, if you spend approximately 900 USD, you can just pick that character. This gets softened by the free crystals that the game will give you for doing certain things. But you essentially are paying for whatever character you want. And that price tag is about $900.
Dang.
Yeah, it's $900 if you start from nothing. If you got a little something, yeah, it goes down a little bit. Really easy time to there's like really like certain times where like there'll be really easy times to spark, and like that's always really great. Like the game practically like if you save up enough like resources, and then the game just gives you a ton of free rolls, and then you just spark off of that. Like a bunch of people sparked for free, like somewhere around like what was it, the end of March?
Yeah, you essentially get one free spark a year. Like they'll give you enough crystals and enough draw tickets that like by the time New Year's or the anniversary rolls around, you'll have enough free rolls and enough free crystals in your pocket to just have a spark.
I sparked Mahira. That was beautiful. I don't regret that at all.
I don't know how it happened, but I think I just had a lot of crystals left over, but I sparked for Monica in like the Christmas event, I think. And then I sparked again on New Year's or on the anniversary.
Amazing. See, I made the mistake.
The anniversary gave you like a bunch of free rolls from the.
I had a third of a spark and made the mistake of like rolling. So like now I have nothing. I'm starting from zero.
See, I got 47k. I'm waiting for summer so I can get summer CAG.
Yeah, that was my problem. I have all the summer characters. So as soon as I got all the summer characters, I was just like, all the summer characters I want. I don't have all the summer characters. I think the only one that's like strong that I don't have is like Summer Antheria, but I don't really care.
I would definitely. So as much as I like to meme about summer CAG, if I spark during summer, it's absolutely going to be Summer Alex. Like I am full in on dirt now. I have my Titan Highlander grid. I'm like I think 32 Astras away from getting Kime.
Let me tell you how strong Summer Alex is. I semi-regret getting Narmaya with the anniversary ticket.
Oh no, Summer Alex is stupid strong. She's like the one-stop shop for I want to stay alive.
Yeah, and Narmaya hits harder, mind you, but like I haven't really done like any content with Earth that I just want to hit as hard as possible. I haven't done any of that in a while. I've just been doing like almost exclusively HL content with Earth. So I've been finding myself not using Narmaya that much, and whereas like Summer Alex ends up being like a requirement, like that ain't going away.
Yeah, if you turn Ronald's stream on, you can watch me do Grand Order HL with Christmas Naru and get Vice like in 90% of these raids.
Yeah. Anyone
Octo with
checking out?
Naru is
Just check out Donovan's stream sometime.
If I hadn't, I was gonna stream today, but then I watched like Westworld for like 2 hours. So
it's a good show.
It's a really good show. I like Westworld. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons to play Granblue. But you just have to be careful because it's really easy to fall behind. And if you're I would say Granblue is not good for the type of person who likes to be like air quotes with it. If you like to be caught up and like optimal, Granblue is not a game that's going to be good for your health because you're going to have to play a lot.
Well, frick.
If you like to just like be a part of the community and you're like, yeah, I think these characters are really cute. This is the perfect game for you because there's so many fucking characters to love.
I think that's how most players are, aren't they?
No, most of the players in Granblue Fantasy are like they're hardcore to some extent. Like shout outs to Shunao, great artist. I have a lot of her merch.
Jolene, the homie.
For a lot of time, she would take emergency commissions so that she could pay for a spark for a character.
Freaking Jolene.
It was especially so her. I think at least it used to be. I don't know if it's currently her favorite, but Eustace, who is an Arun in Earth, and he's actually pretty good. He's not a bad character. But that was like her favorite. So anytime a new Eustace would come out, she'd immediately post on Twitter like, "Yo, emergency commissions, get in now so I can spark for Eustace."
And then they got, oh my god, I imagine she'd be out here like, nah, pay up front. I need the spark money.
It literally, like, especially if she was like at a con tabling, she would throw up a postcard, be like, "Yo, I'm doing on the spot commissions so that I can spark Eustace."
Amazing.
I admire the hustle. If I had a side hustle like that, you best believe I would be sparking all the time because there's so much I want in this game. I'm trying to get
start streaming or something.
If I ever get a big enough stream to have donations, all those donations are going straight to Sparks.
Thanks. Well, yeah, probably. Nah, I don't know. I feel like I'd do 50-50. Like I'd pocket half of it and then use the other half. I gotta pay taxes on that, you know what I mean?
That's true. I would tell people, I'd be like, "Yo, look, I'm gonna take like blank % for taxes, whatever I need to, but the rest of it's going to Spark." Like y'all
absolutely,
y'all are paying for me to Spark. Like that's what
exactly. Yo, especially if you're a Granblue stream, it only makes sense that you you're putting back into the stream.
Well, that's why
you don't even use those for bills. You just be out here like, all right, these are for taxes. Obviously, I'm like 50% is a high number. I don't know. Maybe you make that money. I'm not asking. But like, 50% is about as high as you're going to get taxed on a lot of this stuff. So, let's just say, let's just pretend Donovan out here making $500,000 a year definitely gets paid like 50%. So, you just put that aside, 50%. And then the other 50%, you just be out here sparking. Yo, if you make 50, oh my God. If I made $500,000 a year, I'm sparking all the fucking time.
Dude. It's ridiculous out here. I'm trying to get on some Primal, dude. All my friends are switching to Primal supports. Look, man.
At this point, I have 3 Primals, but one of them is Hades, and I don't use Hades. But I'm running 3 Primal grids right now. I have Water, Earth, and Wind.
Well, the problem is that it's so tempting to go to like. I think about this all the fucking time because I have scales. It's so tempting to go Highlander, but a lot of the time Highlander is like on par with or not as good as like Magna 2. So it's like, fuck, man. Like I kind of want to just skip the Magna 2 grind because I have a lot of grids that I can make Highlander for, but it's just not good.
Earth Highlander is really strong, but that's only because of Kime.
Exactly.
Other than that, it's like, even with like So water is like gonna be a meme grid, so like I'm cool with that. And plus water magnitude is so garbage that like I'll be fine. It'll still be better ultimately, I think. Well, I don't know. New content may new weapons, new choices, maybe otherwise, but like water magnet is not very great.
No, I mean Water Magnet 2 is okay. It's better than Magnet 1, which isn't saying much, but
So I said, screw it. I'm gonna do primal. I saw this like meme grid with all the stabs, and I'm like, this looks interesting. I'm gonna at least try this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do. I don't know if I'll be able to comfortably do Fasan with it though. Oh man.
Are you talking about like the crit staff build?
No. Fuck.
Because I was gonna say the crit staff build is that shit's like that's OD strong right now.
No, it's cosmic staff grid. Pure staffs, all the staffs.
Yeah, that shit's good, bro. What are you talking about, meme? Hold up.
Well, it's still better to run a lot of blue spheres. And then like crit build has been a thing too, where you get that's either 2 Europa spears or it's 2 I know you need a Folio's got your weapon and Europa's got your weapon. You need
I see what you mean. Yeah, so I was thinking that you're running like the Folia and the Europa spear, but
I'm running only stabs. Only that's gonna be the end goal. I'm gonna have only stabs. So like I don't have the Xeno staff, so the second I can get the Xeno staff, I'm gonna do that.
See, you know what's fucked up is that's not even a bad grid though. Like
it's not a bad grid, but it's not a great. It's not a great grid, but like it's interesting, and I'll hit cap. Like I'll have the the 20% extra cap. Like I'll hit that for sure.
Yeah.
Between the 10 stabs with certain grids, as well as the scales. Like that's 20%, so that's pretty cool.
Right.
And I don't even need a Rise of the Beast weapon.
Like I think I could make the like Zeus Highlander if I bought like the Moon Dagger and then got the what's the bow? It's the Hector bow. If I got the Hector bow and like got the Moon Dagger, I could easily make the Zeus Highlander, but I don't think it's going to be as strong as like just Chev swords.
It won't have as much HP.
Yeah, and I would need 5-star Opus. Like any grid, any element that's not Earth, I've been told that you need 5-star Opus to make Highlander work. Otherwise, it's just not happening.
Yeah, I really wish I had 5-star Opus. Wind needs it really badly, and then it'd be strong. Earth is fine though. And that's the problem. I gotta actually go through.
Is Opus the bunny things?
Opus.
What is Opus? What is Opus?
Dark Opus weapons.
It's a type of weapon. I don't think it's content that you're not even close to getting yet.
I see.
You don't have to worry about it for a while.
But when I do have to worry about it, it sounds like it's gonna be.
Then you gotta fight.
Really important.
Then you gotta fight Fasan over and over and over and over again.
It's a stupidly annoying grind, yeah.
I need to run Fasan because I need to change the skill on my light Opus. Right now, I switched it from skill damage cap up to CA cap up. I want to switch it back to skill damage cap up because just for EO.
I was gonna say EO's out here fucking beating ass right now.
Have you seen the potential damage on that nuke?
Yeah, she's like light Lobelia.
Yeah, okay, Lobelia swings more often, but doesn't hit as hard.
Yeah.
I've seen EO hit for 12 million.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. I'm just sitting here like, yo, I need cap up. I need skill cap up. I need skill cap up.
See, these are the kind of conversations where like the advice, the discussion, the elaboration on not only the game's nature in terms of mechanics, but also like clearly proving its aesthetic and appeal. This is why a while back I even brought up the concept of like Granblue locals, not even necessarily like just what are the Hearthstone things called again? Fireside gatherings. You know what those are, right?
Yeah, fireside gatherings.
That's why, like, with the nature of how Granblue is, and I know you guys said before it doesn't seem like there's really a scene, but there are other people in Fresno that are into this game. You two are super into it. Nick indulges in it. Teddy,
Woody.
they indulge in it. Esteban plays like every gacha known to man. So like this is why, I mean, it's probably bad timing now. Although we maybe could try a virtual kind of thing, but the idea of like a Granblue focused hangout slash tournament, does that idea appeal to you guys at all in the future?
I mean, kind of in the sense that it'd be cool to like hang out and talk to people about Granblue, but like dead ass, even
how do you find the Granblue players in Fresno that are just not in they're not in the Fresno FGC group? They're they I don't know where to find them. Like I'm sure there are at least a couple dozen other Granblue players in Fresno. There has to be.
It's
There was
one
one
Yeah.
in my high
most of it
school.
is like the hangout could be entirely just like Discord shit. Like it doesn't have to be a meetup, I guess.
Yeah, well, I
Is the
mean,
thing.
now it'd
Well,
definitely
hold
be
on a second.
confined to Discord. But wait, what do you
It's
want?
definitely yeah, for sure. But like no, like there's definitely like something about being in person and talking to somebody about something. You know what I mean? Like
That's
versus
true.
like Discord.
Yeah,
Like
like the
it's just
social
something.
aspect is definitely there.
Why do you think Homebrew didn't do very well on Discord?
Oh, that
I
flop.
just get fucking I
I don't
get
think anyone
more
paid attention
upset
to it.
about
We're
Granblue
gonna
if I
try it
talk
again,
to
though.
I was waiting for like 2 hours for anybody to join Uni, literally any platform that we.
I was at iMaze and I didn't open up my laptop, so my bad. The next homebrew.net, I'll definitely do it and share it. But well, again, like right now we're confined to Wi-Fi stuff anyway. But in the future, whether it's online or in person when this pandemic is over, the idea of like a Granblue centric hangout, both for Granblue players to come out and chat and discuss and do raids and all that, but also people to play
Even Home
Granblue
versus.
versus.
Yeah.
I I've wondered if there was interest in that because it seems like a cool idea. In fact, that's why when Dragon Ball Fighters first came out, when we did the thing at Immerse of people playing DBS and playing Dragon Ball Fighters, there was surprisingly a little bit of overlap between the two. Um, and I probably would have tried it more if I was able to like better handle the card game stuff. But if their interest would be there, I'd be definitely down to try. And to address what you said, EOL, off the top of my head, I assume for this sort of thing, especially when it comes to people that play mobile games, usually you're trying to branch out through obviously Discord, but also groups that may or may not be general gotcha focused. Like I'm sure there's groups that are for like gotcha enthusiasts or whatever. But aside from that, usually for things like this, the biggest spread is word of mouth. So I'd imagine, yes, we'd try to branch out through whatever we find online, but I would mainly encourage people to just tell their friends about it, and the word spreads that way surprisingly efficiently.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that can happen. Like absolutely 100% possible. You just have to like get people to show up. That's going to be the hardest part is just getting people to show up.
Especially in Senkow. But it's something I would definitely, if you guys would be down for it, it's definitely something I'd be down to explore later on. And for now, we could even try trial runs of it online, whether it be successful or not. But then once the pandemic's over, in fact, once the pandemic's over, people will actually probably consistently go to a lot of local stuff.
People will never take their locals for granted fucking ever again.
I hope not.
Yo, Fresno only Ubaha HL train. Let's make this happen.
I don't know about you, Baja HL. I still don't feel comfortable enough to contribute to that raid. I feel like I need to just figure it out more. That raid's fucking hard, man. I always get wiped somewhere around like 20, and then I'm just useless.
20? I mean, there's the 22 trigger. Okay, so you gotta like kind of hold off because like if Baja HL is if Baja's in overdrive, you're gonna get hit with a Skyfall. Like before the 15 trigger, you can get hit with a Skyfall. I learned that the hard way, like because I joined a pub. That pub kind of failed at around the 60% mark, and I was the only one alive. I single-handedly took it from 60 to 15. Oh no, to 17. 60 to 17% all by myself. And then the problem ended up being that I didn't know that Skyfall was like a thing that outside of the trigger. So like that's what like. Otherwise, I feel like I could have finished the raid off by myself.
If I get Keim and Summer Alex, I will feel comfortable enough to actually like.
You don't need Keim, yes. You don't need Summer Alex. You just need Keim would help. Double Titan would help.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting. I know Subtix is coming up. It's been almost that time since we had one. I'm thinking about getting Gorilla.
Okay.
Because I know Gorilla with Titan Highlander, it puts up some numbers.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not really. I don't think it's really great for HL content. That's the only problem.
That's true. Yeah, it's if I'm not like racing, it's not good for staying alive. I can say that much.
So I don't know how. I don't. Okay, so
but
I mean, this current
Titan.
Okay, so check this out, right? And I completely understand if you say no to this, but the elemental scam gotcha is here, and I definitely just try to roll for Varuna.
No, I absolutely. I looked at the rates today, and I was like, let me see what. And then it's like the chances of me getting something I want in Earth is like 30-something%.
Okay. See, oh man, I got scammed. There was like a really solid chance of me getting something that I could have.
Wait, we're hearing a scam now? What?
Okay, so scam gotcha is like a thing where like you pay $30 and then you get a really decent chance at getting something like that you would want, but like a lot of the times you don't get it, and in fact you get something really shit. So then you get scammed. Scam gotcha. But
Dang.
Higher reward, higher chance for reward, higher risk.
I guess something along those lines.
So
but like
I'm looking at it again, and if I get this, I'm looking at specifically like just the SSR stuff, right? Like you're guaranteed the SSR.
That guaranteed SSR, yeah.
I want Bale because I think Bale's got a lot of purpose because he keeps your team armored. Gilgamesh, Gorilla, or Titan. Those are the only 4 things that I would want. I've already got Uriel. All I need is I just need to like double down and just use my Sunstones on him. I have Sunstones.
I was gonna say if you get a Uriel, then that's one less Sunstone.
That's true, but again, I would rather have like Titan or Gorilla or Gilgamesh. Oh my god, I would kill for Gilgamesh.
I mean, for sure, I would have preferred Varuna, but like if I had gotten Kaguya, that would have been cool. If I had gotten like anything else that was like what I didn't get, like all I wanted was like not a dupe of a character I already got. I got the stupid Harvin duo. I got the stupid Harvin duo that I already pulled twice. So now I have 3 copies of that stupid gotcha weapon.
I'm telling you, man, you can't fall for it.
See, this is a good thing where I probably would need someone like Esteban to chime in also to see if he feels some situations like this are worth the investment/risk.
That dude is an OD fake go whale. Like it's like
shout out to Esteban.
He's rolling. He's rolling. But like, yeah, at least for me. Okay, so this is what I've decided. I am thirsty enough for Varuna to the point where if I ever see Water Summon Scam Gotcha, I'm instantly rolling. If I ever see Varuna like above like if I ever see like Varuna like at a really strong rate for a Scam Gotcha, I'm rolling. I'm doing it. At $30, let's go. I want Varuna. I want Varuna. Varuna is the number one summon at this point that I want. I wanted one of Lucifer or Bahamut. I would love Lucifer, but I have Bahamut now, so I'm cool. Like if I don't get Lucifer, I'm cool.
See, I've got Varuna. I just don't have Varuna Grid because free to play Varuna is garbage. And I don't have the gacha weapons for it, so
I mean, I'm only using one gacha. Okay, well, I'm gonna use a Gold Moon weapon. I'm not gonna the nearest staff. I'm gonna get that with my next sub.
Wailing in these streets.
it's fucking hard, man. It's just hard. It's hard being a fucking Granblue player because the game will constantly like test your resolve, and sometimes you just look and you're just like, man, is it really worth it? And then you just go back and you're like, yeah, fuck it.
I mean, you can have kudos for the perseverance, I guess.
Nah, nobody who plays Granblue deserves kudos for continuing.
Well, frick.
It's not like we're out here being heroes. It's just no.
Dang.
But I mean, look, like I said, if you like turn-based, this is your shit. Like it's good, man. It's good.
That kind of makes me wonder, would you guys say people that like card games would like games like this?
No, just go play fucking Shadowverse. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's not even a decision. Go play Shadowverse or Hearthstone. Don't
Like
fuck
that.
with Granblue.
Dang.
Like I don't think like a card game where you take turns like directly translates to a turn-based like type of system.
No, absolutely.
Like I don't think you jump from Yu-Gi-Oh to Persona 5 or anything like that. That sounds like a stretch.
Well, not even just because of both turn-based, but more so in the building of resources may or may not involve strategy. There's definitely chance involved, it seems.
Nah, there's
In
definitely
Yu-Gi-Oh, nah, you just buy the cards you want. Okay, well maybe like if we're talking like Hearthstone or something like that, I don't think you could buy specific cards in like Hearthstone and Shadowverse. But if we're talking about a card game with like physical cards, a lot of the times you could just be out here buying your specific card.
And build your
there
deck and
calling
yada
it a
a
yada.
big difference between deck building and grid building. Like it's a big difference.
Dang.
You aren't staying up at midnight trying to do something grinding to get your card that you need for your deck. You aren't losing sleep grinding for a card that you need to get your competitive deck.
It's not the same.
Yo, I stayed up the last day of Guild War. I stayed up till 6 in the morning grinding.
I went
Dang.
super easy on Guild Wars this time.
I think I ended up getting 47 million honors that last round. The last round.
No, fuck that.
We got smoked, by the way. Like I think we got doubled, but like our general strategy is like B tier and slack.
Yeah, I've been there. Man, I'm trying to like slowly get on this fucking Prometheus grid. This shit's tough though. Cause
Do you have an Agni?
I have an Agni. I have two Agnis actually.
Oh, okay.
I as much as I know that enmity is really good for fire, unless you have Ixabas, obviously. But I don't know, man. It's fucking hard out here because there's a lot of shit that I want to do that I just can't.
I'm good on summons. I'm telling you, I'm good on summons. Like, don't ever give me a Bahamut. I'm probably just gonna reduce it.
I would kill for a Bahamut.
I'll try if I get another Bahamut, I'll trade you for your Verona.
I wish that they would just put some fucking trading in the game because that would make the game.
You know how much money they lose?
Yeah, I know. There's a reason why it's not there, but still, we can dream.
See, another thing is like if I had, I'm talking about fucking Primal. If I had Majestus, I could make Highlander Hades, easy. Well, I guess also if I had the 5-star Opus, but like
I do
I
have
could
Majestus Hades.
I already have.
I have Majestus. I have Majestus and a Hades. I have only one Majestus though. I still need to farm 3 more, which I don't really care for because I'm not doing Hades.
Yeah.
Then when the combo finally clicked.
Because I have like I'm looking at the like Highlander enmity grid, and I can moon a Gisla. I have a Vagabond that I can Damabar. I have Blutgangs that I can Damabar. I've got Shielan Bow. I can replace Ray's weapon with like something else. I have Scales.
Wait, does Ray's weapon help with enmity?
Yeah. It's got enmity as its second skill.
Oh, is it progression in enmity?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right, I remember now. I have Ray Saw, but I haven't looked at her gotcha weapon.
So it's like I have a lot that I can do, and I can replace Majestus with like a couple of those things. Because there's some alternates, and I have Zoe Ribbon, I have Celeste Claw, I have Diablo Sword. Those are all things that can replace Majestus. But I don't have 5-star Opus. So here we are yet again.
Yeah, I think I'm like for the most part, like I think I just want to do Magnitude for Dark and call it a day. But we'll see what happens in that regard. Getting off of grids for a second and just talking about characters. Oh my god, Ray is such a like amazing enabler that I'm just sitting. Oh my god, I'm so happy I pulled her. So basically, I just be out here popping skill 2, and then Vasaraga, who has like a really awful like MA problem, just be out here TAing forever.
Yeah, Ray is one of the most like how did they think this was okay characters to ever drop.
I'm cool with it. I ain't complaining.
Is okay, so I've been trying to figure out all the time, when you have Ray, do you want to use her skill 1 or skill 2, or is it situational?
I prefer skill 2 because skill 1, it ends up being the case that like, okay, you can make someone double strike, which is like really good for like when they have a really high like TA chance, but like that's if you want that single person to just be out here TAing like and really doing damage. Otherwise, it ends up being the case that like Ray isn't really out here doing anything but enabling somebody else. She can't pop any skills. She can't Ogi. She can't do nothing else.
Yeah,
whereas when you
have
pop
like a 3-man team.
Yeah, so she's not out here like contributing to the chain burst damage, like nothing like that. But with skill 2, yeah, you kind of end up making them hurt a little bit more. Vasaraga has like an innate like defensive modifier that kind of like does away with that and kind of just normalizes it. But not only that, but you also have somebody who kind of like gets enabled in that regard, guaranteed TAs. I think you get other stuff too. I have her thing up right now, so so it's 30% attack up, guaranteed triple attacks, 20% cap up, 10% dodge rate up, and 50% defense down. On a perpetuity modifier.
See, because this is another one of those things that like I'm always so fucking close to like hitting it big because I have Vasaraga, I have 6, I have Parazonium, I got all kinds of dumb shit that could like I could easily be a Dark Lord if I just put like a spark into enmity or a spark into like a Hades grid, and I'd be off the fucking chain because I could get like Fairy Harp, and then I'm just doing big numbers.
I need a fairy. I would love fairy too. I don't have
a dumb character
for sure.
Wait, fairy from Fairy as in Fairy?
Yes,
Fairy is in Granblue versus Fairy.
So she's dumb in every game she's in?
Hell yeah. All 2 of them.
Wow.
I think all our SSR versions are
She's going to be broken in Relink as well now, though.
I think she's good in Shadowverse. I don't know if she's actually in rotation anymore, but yeah, Fairy in Dark will like she'll carry your team hard. It's pretty good.
Fairy's a cool looking character.
Fairy's also like fucking 14.
Yeah. She's also like 80.
Yeah, but like, let's be real. That shit don't count.
Yeah.
Oh, she's.
Anyways.
Maybe that's a whole other
cool,
discussion of
Okay,
waifu
so I got
shenanigans.
8.8 million honors for this thing so far. Pretty much exclusively grinding very hard though. So now my extreme grind is about to happen. But like, I'll probably save that for how long do I have for this?
It's got like 2 days left.
Okay, 3 days, 7 hours. Okay, I can do it tomorrow. I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I can just I can do it during my strike time.
I just need, because I've been kind of full autoing the HL quest, and I'm up at 33 mil honors. I'm on Drawbox 8, so I just need I need to finish this one. I think I need like 500 more tokens for this box, and then I need another 2K, and I'm out.
Gotcha. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so I've just finished Drawbox. I have 2K, so I just finished Drawbox number 5. Thankfully. I was gonna say, you're doing HL, you should just do Extreme if you were going specifically for tokens. It'll be a lot faster that way.
Is it?
Yeah, significantly.
Alright, it's fucking EX time, I guess.
Yeah. You
Now,
want to clear,
or go ahead.
Impossible once, so that you can get the crystals and then never run it again, because it's literally pointless. It's good for honors, but like you get honors regardless.
Damn, I can Chryswar the EX. Damn, I could have had this fucking event over already.
Yeah, probably. That's why I was really confused. I was like, why do you have so many honors and you're not even on, like, I thought you were on Drawbox like 15 or something like that.
No. Well, because I thought, I was like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna full auto HL and that'll be the best like token to time ratio, but I guess not.
For honors, but like you don't really care. Like you end up not caring after like what? I think it's 6 million honors is the last one. Yeah, 6 million honors. That's it. After
like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's like after that it's pointless. Like I got most of the. Oh, how did you think about Proud? How do you feel about Proud?
I already know that I wouldn't be able to fight it, so I didn't even try.
Yo, it's stupid. So like I thought like I could dodge the labors just by doing whatchamacallit. Just not ignoring the wings and just hitting the main body. But then I got the main body to 50% and the labors came through and I'm just like, well, I don't have Octo, so I'm fucked. I didn't bring Octo because Octo is like, because I needed to stay alive as much as humanly possible. I'm soloing this damn thing. It doesn't matter if it's like it's half the values, but at the same time, you don't have 6 people with you. You have 1 person, so it's only half the values and not 1/6 of the values. So it's still really difficult to do. I imagine soloing that is harder than running through an HL Fasan raid, single one with like 6 competent people.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, and you just have to eat like you have to eat all the whatchamacallit, all the labors, and you can like get rid of as many as humanly possible. But like for Earth, if you're literally not running like Octo or like maybe like SR Jin, I think are the only 2 characters with 200 meter.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some other ones, but if you're not running those, then you're just like, or you're not running Kango yourself. Which, by the way, if you're running Kango, you're not living.
I have been converted to the Church of Rising Force. I think that class is fucking lit.
That's fair, but you're still not living in a Fasan. Like if you bring Rising Force,
absolutely.
If I host a Fasan HL train and you try to run Rising Force, I'm kicking you the hell out. I'm kicking you the hell out if you run anything not Spartan.
Wait, why? I feel like I'm missing context here.
Rising Force is a very okay, so speaking in terms of you are playing this game with other people, which you are, Rising Force is an extremely selfish choice. You are contributing nothing to anybody else's life in that raid.
Wow.
But yourself. So like yeah, you're hitting it and you're doing damage, and that's the only way you're helping everybody else. In terms of like, and like maybe any debuffs that you land will help everybody else, but in terms of buffs and whatnot, nah. Yeah. So basically, what ends up being
players, though, is there?
What?
There's no downside to there being extra players in the raid, is there?
Nah, but if you're running Rising Force, you're a waste of space because you're not helping me. Like you're not. You're supposed to help me, and you're supposed to help everybody else as well as helping yourself. If you're not helping, and this is hold on. Let's get this straight.
This is a grid, or this is a raid that like you actually need other people in. Like you
actually
need
requires
other people to pull
teamwork.
Their weight. Yeah, you need people to pull their weight.
Splatoon players would be very bad at this raid.
I'll take your word on that. But yeah, it ends up being the case that this raid, I want to say it's the hardest raid in the game. I don't think they've added anything else that's harder yet.
No.
And this raid is like very difficult. It's really easy to die. There are a bunch of like ridiculous restrictions to team building that they force you to do. And like even within the element that you pick, like there are restrictions within that that I don't even want to like get into. And it's like it's annoying. And it's also that you can make like one of the strongest, if not the single strongest weapon in the game. That's like free.
Yeah.
Technically. It's technically free. You don't need to pay a dime to get this weapon. But you have to run this stupid raid instead. Yeah. And if you're out here, like you have to play like this specific class. You have to play Spartan. I think you can get away like if you're playing with people that are OD, like maybe you can like get a Sage in there, but like I don't know. No, like I feel like you have to play Spartan. Spartan has a skill that just straight up cuts all damage, incoming damage by 70%. Straight up, 70% damage cut for like the vast majority of damage that comes in. It's really useful. It's really strong.
That, right? You could play Spartan, but you're being a selfish asshole instead. Are you gonna let that guy in your raid room?
Hell no.
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
I would hope and assume then that from a developer's perspective, things like this are by design, where they want you to cooperate and whatever.
This raid is dummy hard, and it's all on purpose.
They want you to cooperate with your wall.
Which honestly is kind of good because the idea is that like the game it eventually reaches a point where like the air quotes highest level of content just gets absolutely shit on by people that do too much damage. But like this specific raid is geared to not like that's just not possible. You have to satisfy certain conditions. You can't just like shit damage for 15 minutes and have it dead. At least not yet.
So I can't see if the
like
Wagner.
No, you cannot just Wagner your way, like just walk forward. No, you can't do that.
Have you seen any solos of that raid that doesn't involve running Tormentor?
I don't even watch solos of that raid because it's like there's the only.
I don't watch the whole thing, but I'll watch like the first couple minutes. Always a Torment. Always.
Because Tormentor just gets to apply whatever fucking debuffs they want. That's literally like.
Yeah, it's the way
do what I want.
It's the whale class. And let me explain the whale class real quick. The whale class is pretty much like you could pretty much do whatever you want, but you have to farm materials for it. And sometimes the materials you have to farm are like ridiculously like difficult to get. Or like really annoying or something along those lines. So like you really have to like really grind, or like you just get so many of those resources. Like some of them, I'm gonna look it up actually. I'm kind of curious. I wouldn't mind running a Tormentor if it would be like reasonable, but I don't think it is. It generally isn't, as far as I've been told.
I'm surprised that their Tormentors execute. It only has a 1-turn cooldown. I thought it was 0. Oh.
I didn't. No, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, so 1 turn makes sense.
Because if that's the case, then you can't clear the plane labor with Tormentor, because the plane damage is.
Yeah. A lot of the times you end up clearing it with something else, whether it's like maybe you have Michael Summon, maybe if you're running Dark, you're automatically running Valentine Clarice. That's almost a requirement.
That's true. She does do a lot of
like stuff like that. Like if you gotta run it with specific elements. Yeah, I've seen it with Wind. I've seen solos with wind because wind is absurd. I'm trying to think. I don't think wind has a form of plane damage that I can think of off the top of my head.
Wind is definitely lacking in the plane damage department. Earth used to have a good plane damage dealer, but then she got taken out of the meta because stamina exists. Which is whatever, I guess. I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a way to. There's no way to use gear like twice.
No, so that's what I'm saying is I don't think so because the gear skill has a 1-turn cooldown, unless Assassins doesn't.
Retaliate reprise from the assassin ends cooldown for execute and selectively skilled, which just basically uses secret gear. So there you go.
Got it. So yeah, you can. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, this makes me wonder then, I guess this is specifically directed towards Nick, between potentially indulging more time and maybe resources into Granblue and getting 100% sucked into what may develop as a more deeper meta for One Step from Eden or a different game, what would you say is most likely on your horizon, Nick?
I think that they also address the fact that like anything meta related for Granblue, yeah, that's off the way it is off for me. It's just me chipping away at the game for now, and then just getting what I can. Like I literally just need to get more of the daily crystals, stock up crystals and stuff to be able to pull enough stuff to have really think of anything meta with. I just don't have resources to build anything. I literally just play what I have right now.
It's all about the time, baby. All about the time.
Well, so does it sound like Nick is in already, but not at that point yet?
It just probably depends what happens. They keep playing. Like if like I bear through with it, which I think I might. It's hard for me to tell or not because like it's in that grind that I have to see if I hold out the whole time. I see the reward in it.
Like you're playing, but it sounds like you're playing, but you're not like OD on the grind like just yet. Like you look like you're just kind of like.
I feel like I might grind it when I like am like waiting for college classes or like other things just throughout my day. Like, but there is no throughout my day right now.
Like, yeah, I always if there's free time, there's Granblue time. That's just how it goes.
Pretty much.
It's just for me personally. I'm not like them where I'm at home and I think, yeah, I'm gonna spend a few hours on Granblue right now. I'm not at that point.
Oh shit, Donovan, your name's in English now. What the fuck?
Yeah, I changed it. I took the plunge. I went back to English. I gave up.
But like One Step, like the meta, like there's no competitive play right now, so there really be a meta there, like in those terms. But like there's definitely like we are finding like strats for like cheesing through single player. Like there's that. Like because if you watched anything on my stream right before this started, you saw me just vomiting damage on the bosses that didn't have time to throw out their first attack. It was beautiful. Yeah, people are breaking the game, literally, like 1 frame every 30 seconds breaking, yeah.
Jeez.
So, yeah. We're still trying to figure out what the hell's causing that. It's probably the million that damage to the second or one off with that build.
Damn, bro. I need to do some fucking UBHL.
Let's run it.
But for anybody in the chat,
well, I'm gonna run it.
Right now.
Not aware of what One Step.
I can. My crew's not running it today, so it's like I just kind of want to run it. I just got done with the Yubaha train, so I got a lot of hosts. I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad in regards to like I ended up like I was doing a train this morning, but like I forgot about it, and by the time I remembered, I got kicked out. I was sad. But I was doing one during this raid, and I like felt like I took a long time, and it was my turn to host. But thankfully, they didn't kick me out yet, and I was able to. So I'm good. Let me check out how many hosts I have real quick. I have at least.
Wait,
or
go ahead.
I had 6, but now I think I should have more than 6.
So the thing is if I'm running like the Titan Harp as my main hand, right? And I'm playing either Rising Force or Lumberjack. Which like second skill do I want? Do I want Chain Burst or do I want Charge Attack Cap?
Lumberjack and what else?
Lumberjack or Rising Force, because the CA Cap will give me meter gain for 2 turns, but the Chain Burst Cap just gives me 10 like off top.
Is it only the case that like the Opus shares that with the Ultima Key? Is that the only thing?
Well, so the Ultima Key needs to be the opposite of whatever those is. So if you're running,
but like they run on the same thing in regards to like they don't stack, right?
Yeah.
Are those the only two like type of like skills in the game? Like they don't stack in that regard? Like, you know what I mean?
No, because I think whatever you have on your Opus, you need to have a different thing on your Ultima.
For sure, fact. So this is what I'm thinking. So I mean, Lumberjack is skill damage. So like, if possible, like if I was thinking about my Lumberjack team, I would want skill cap up. But let's say I'm sitting here thinking about Rising Force. Let me tell you what you're never going to run unless you're my friend who loves harp characters and loves to meme. You're not running an Ultima Harp.
No, I'm definitely running Ultima Katana.
All right. So for Rising Force, because so wait, with the Ultima Katana, you can run Chain Burst, and then with the with the Opus, you could run CA Cap or vice versa, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking is I'm trying to look at the Ogi effects for the Opus, like, and so the chain burst Ogi effect on Opus is you just get 10% off top. But if you run the Ogi cap on the Opus, the Ogi effect is you get 20% charge bar gain for 2 turns. So like the chain burst is good for like 1 turn shenanigans, but it's not as good if you're like running the long run because you're not getting as much meter for each Ogi. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hold on. Ultima.
See, this kind of, well, it made me wonder, but also kind of segues into a question, I guess. This would probably be really good. It'd be really helpful if we had like probably things to reference or look at in these discussions. But that kind of makes me wonder. Would you guys stream more? Like, maybe not necessarily become like a full-on Granblue streamer, but even just like these leisurely streams that Donovan has done before. Why don't you guys do more stuff like that?
It ends up being the case.
Whenever I have free time these days, I'm probably just gonna be streaming Granblue. I've just always been like doing something else instead. Like I'm going to the store, I'm watching TV with Victoria. Like there's always something else.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It ends up being the case that like I don't feel like I'm very interesting to watch. I almost try too hard to like be interesting to watch, and then I end up being completely uninteresting to watch. Like I don't want to watch my own shit, I'll tell you that much. So not only that, it also takes away from like time that I could just spend chilling on Discord, or time I could just spend like to myself, just chilling, not having to worry about entertaining anybody or anything like that. Because I used to like stream pretty consistently, and in fact,
you did,
especially during the school. I have affiliate. I've had affiliate for a while.
Because I didn't even know that.
I looked at the requirements and I was like, "Yo, I killed the following thing. All I'm gonna do is stream Skullgirls for a week." And then I got affiliate. Like, it was the easiest thing on planet Earth. I did not break a sweat. And I know that's not the case. a lot of people had to really struggle to like get affiliate. I see posts all the time on in the whatchamacallit, in the Fresno
gaming.
Yeah,
We're all streaming more often now.
Not all the time, but I've seen a couple where it's just like, yo, I need help, I need your help, I just need a couple more people to come in here and chill consistently so my average can go up, and I'm just sitting here like I never had that problem.
Well, that's the funny thing.
Even I don't have that problem at all. I can get affiliate if I stream for like one more day.
Same for me.
Well, that's why I would say, like, even if you guys would think you may or may not consider yourself interesting, one thing I've noticed is if people either like you or like the thing that you're indulging in, then just try it. Just do it. And if you like doing it, then just try it and see where it goes. If you have the desire to, anyway.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea in regards to like I ain't got shit else to do. I just be out here like chilling by myself, playing like Granblue all the fucking time anyway. So it's like maybe just like turning Granblue on would be like not a terrible idea. Like turning on my OBS and just like streaming my Granblue play. The only thing it ends up being is like I don't get to like be on Discord, but that's about it.
I mean, unless you integrate that into what you do in stream and make it a more social thing.
Let's just say my friends are a little, a couple of my, they're not.
What do you mean?
Some of them, it'd be cool with. I'd be good to go. Some of my friends are just like I have a group of friends where it's like they cannot be on. If they are on stream, I have to specifically tell them, "Hey, yo, you are not." In fact, we have a specific channel called a specific Discord channel called the Clean Stream Zone, so that if I go in there, you understand that I am streaming, and therefore you do not say anything crazy that you would normally say, because then in that case, I might like something might happen. I don't know. Like I'm not a big streamer, but like. We do have like a relative.
You have to stay in pocket.
Yeah. We have like a really like not big, but like my guy's got a really good following. Like I think he's a partner, or at least he's pretty close to a partner. So like it ends up being the case that we can't be out here like saying some of the wild stuff that we might say sometimes because that's really nope. That's really bad. That's all bad. Like nah. That's why we have a clean stream zone, because you can't be out here wilding.
Can't be out here wilding.
Yeah, in fact, that's probably something I'm gonna need to establish and try and get consistency on over time. I mean, I've noticed there's like different degrees of degeneracy between my groups of friends, but there's just it's only really in certain atmospheres, like playing Jackbox or something, that the wild really comes out.
Goes down a few stages when you play Jackbox.
Yo, let's do a fucking P-Baha real quick, HL.
Hey, Quincy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
I need Proto HL because I'm trying to stack the 5-star Opus mats like before I actually get there, and I do not have enough HL horns.
I mean, I guess I could use the horns too. I know I haven't. How many do I have? How many do you need?
You need 50.
Oh god, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, you need 50 of those. You need 50 hollow keys. Thank God I already have those. You need 50 Ultima units. I thank God I already have those. But the 30 Astra Anima and the 50 Primeval Horns, obviously the Gold Moons and the Tears of the Apocalypse. Like, almost everything here is egregious. There's 2 things in here that's not egregious, and like everything else is egregious. Primeval Horns are egregious in regards to like nobody wants to run Proto Baja HL. About nobody wants to run that stupid long raid.
People are doing it now though because it's it's one of the free quests.
Okay, I mean you can if you host, I'll join.
I'm hosting right now. I just started. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, sorry guys. So Quincy, well, we've probably spent at least an hour talking about Granblue, but in general, today's podcast was talking about basically what non-fighting games have our attention right now. And earlier, Brayden was...
Yeah, I just did.
Earlier, Brayden was talking about Valorant and Siege. And now EOL and Donovan have been talking about Granblue. I don't have
give me the code.
I don't have like stuff to look at, so I just pulled up Donovan's stream.
I put
See,
it in Discord.
this is where over time I probably would need to try and have other stuff handy, like to pull up. But then again, I would have to like prepare somehow ahead of time. But check out Donovan's stream, CocoaTwinkie. If he eventually streams more Granblue, or well, actually, we just spent at least an hour talking about if you in it, you in it. But if you're not in Granblue, it may not be for you. But we've at least talked about an overview of like what it is and where the appeal can be, if anything. And for me personally, that's why I still like kind of indulging in these conversations anyway, or more so listening, really, is because you hear the appeal for people that are in it, or the frustration kind of all in one. But it makes me realize even more what the franchise has, even branching out to something like Granblue Versus, where there's sprinkles of that appeal, and even that can like dip your toe into the IP without even like getting into the main game. At least for me, anyway.
Yeah, I mean the game's got a lot to offer in the way of like fandom and all that. It's just it's a lot of time, man. You have to know what you're getting into, and that's why like the easy thing for me is to just tell people not to, because it's literally just the easiest thing to do.
Oh, it sounds like a big commitment, which is fair.
Yeah. EOL, I posted the raid code in Discord. I don't know.
I needed a refresh for Lucifer Summon, and now I'm just kind of looking at my teams like I want to do something interesting.
I didn't bring fifth, so I might die earlier than expected here, but
well,
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure I have some form of healing, so I'm like kind of confused as to what I should do. I don't have Funf uncapped, and EO is still 4-star, so like that's something I need to work on. Unfortunately, I don't think man, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna
Quincy, you're downloading Granblue right now, or Melty?
Probably Melty.
Oh.
You can't download Granblue unless you download from QApp, like on your mobile phone.
Yeah,
the
other thing.
What?
We were playing Melty. Well, Quincy's been trying to play Melty.
So speaking of Melty, I know that this is supposed to not be the fighting game.
It's fine. We can talk about whatever at this point.
I saw the most recent tier list that came out of some like JP Pro Player EOL, and what's his name? Ciroa's it.
Yo, my character's fair. My character's fair. My character's fair.
Finally took the place over Fhime.
My character's fair.
Good grief.
I don't know if I would go that far, but Ciroa.
My character is not top 1. My character's fair.
Fhime is in like the same team. You know what? Hold on.
Sound like freaking mad.
Where is it?
Actually, well, like I was saying, personally, EOL, even if you wouldn't consider yourself entertaining, I would still encourage you to just try to stream if you had the interest. But that leads me to to Nick, where I've seen you go live. At least it shows it live on Discord sometimes when you're playing One Step from Eden. But did you have any interest in streaming stuff at some point, whether it be One Step or any other game that has your attention?
I guess I just don't ever find a consistency to it.
So I think the thing to like
my setup isn't established enough either. Is one of the problems. I play in all kinds of rooms based on my family and stuff. So I don't always have access to my streaming.
The key to like streaming is you don't tell yourself like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not entertaining enough, blah blah blah. The thing is like you're playing the game anyway. You might as well just turn it on so the internet can watch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you see, but as I said, I struggle with that, being able to just say that so easily because.
Well, I mean, there can be external factors of if you're not in a place that's like quiet enough, if you're always busy, various things can like impede that, but it's more so if you have the opportunity and you're like Donovan said, if you're doing it, you might as well like share it if like you feel like it.
Yeah.
I've felt that with various games. In fact, it's honestly in the future, I kind of do want to try a drawing slash gaming stream of if I'm sitting here drawing and have the CPUs on auto on RPG mode. I kind of just want to try to stream it and just see what happens.
Wait, just let people watch the CPU going auto?
Yeah. It might be funny, it might not, but either way, it's the kind of thing of like I'm doing stuff. People may be interested in watching it, they may not, but it's like there's no real downside to it, you know. And actually, I mean, semi-tangent, but also maybe a preview for the future. The CPUs in RPG mode are actually really dumb, but there's certain boss fights, like the harder ones, like Beasleby and other higher level ones, where for some reason the CPUs will spend like half the thing, like doing just a jab every like 5 seconds, and then suddenly they'll avoid every attack like out of nowhere. It's weird. Um, there's some really weird program. Well, that's why like there's also times like where the CPUs will do like a really clutch heal for like their teammate, and then they'll like win. It's silly. It's hilarious. So those are the kind of things where like it may be worth streaming and it may be found entertaining. It's just maybe worth just trying it.
Yeah, so that's how like I've started to convince myself to stream more. Is it's like I'm already sitting here playing Granblue. There's nobody over. It's super quiet. I'm gonna be doing this for like 2 to 3 hours anyway. I might as well just turn it on so people can come hang out. And then I had 12 viewers. So it's just it's
cool.
one of those things that you just like you just got to do it.
And personally, I'd consider y'all probably way more interesting than I am, if anything, because y'all have much more knowledge in your interests.
It helps to stream things that you give a shit about.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
It's easy for me to stream Granblue because I could talk about Granblue forever, and I'm not even like, super high level meta player, but I could talk about Granblue for fucking ever. So,
well, okay. On that topic of high level players, that's another thing that happened while streaming. There's another reason I never caught on streaming that much is because the original reason I got a capture card stuff was just for But then when I started streaming, I started becoming self-conscious of the fact that I actually was like kind of becoming a high-ranking player, but like my mechanical skill was not the same as like a lot of other high-ranking players that stream and stuff. Like the reason I was good is because I was strategic, and I played the game like Ronald playing a fighting.
So that's definitely like
I was just the smartest player on the field is how I got results.
Wouldn't that be?
No, that's definitely valid. But the thing is like that sort of thing is a separate skill set from being like high level professional. Because if you're super knowledgeable, you can be like a caster, you can be a designer, you can be all kinds of things.
Yeah, isn't that like perfect for that anyway? Because sometimes people want someone to be able to like share knowledge.
Yeah, but then you go into solo queue, and then you have a bunch of people that like started like one stream talking like shit, like, "Dang, how is this guy a good player? Like, why is he
how is this guy a good player?
You're missing shots. Like, what the hell? Like, like literally, somebody said, "Oh, you're missing that one." I'm like, "Yeah, like." I'm just painting. This weapon can't kill him from this range. I'm just trying to trap him in the aim so my teammates can. And then people are like, "Yeah, why can't this guy aim?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
Well, there'll always be critique, but that's where you can explain those things.
That fall off like for 50% damage aren't gonna do shit down.
Yeah, no, I get that, and sometimes there's just gonna be shitters that you just
there always will be
just
probably
gotta ignore. Like so for example, I can actually address that because I I play Risk of Rain with my friend a lot, and he streams way more than I do. But
Ricky?
we play that game, yeah, with Ricky, and so we both play that game hella, and we both know what we're talking about because we've put hundreds of fucking hours into Risk of Rain too. And this guy came into his chat talking about, oh, you guys should build this, you guys should build that, and we were just like, no, like you're wrong. Like sometimes you don't have to like entertain the thought that those people know as much as you do because they're probably just wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll definitely encounter people like that who are just like, wow, look at this fucking baddie be bad. And the thing, so I don't know, do you ever watch Avoiding the Puddle, Eris?
I've
Are you talking about Zoom player or what are you talking about? Huh?
No, he's
Eris,
a second player, but
yeah,
it doesn't matter because the thing that's important is what he has said about stuff like that. And so the key is that guy that's like walking in and just like firing off random comments that don't even matter is like he doesn't care about what he's saying. He might even just be saying it just to say it, like just to get a reaction out of you. So you can't necessarily feed into that.
You
like,
can't always entertain it.
Yeah, if somebody walks in and is just like, wow, this guy's bad, he's missing shots, and it's like, all right, well, you know, where's your stream? Why aren't you playing? Why aren't people watching you play? Just shoot him down. Like, don't let him win. Don't let him get in your head, I guess. But no, I very much understand where you're coming from because I hate when people criticize me too. But you just kind of have to like build that. You got to build that thickness that you're just like, yeah, fuck you too. Like that's literally like, yeah, fuck you. You don't matter to me. I'm never gonna see you again. You're just some dude on the internet. Like, fuck you.
That is indeed an approach. Gosh dang it. I mean, critique can be, depending on how you can handle it, I guess there's varying degrees, but critique can be helpful. Well, usually positive, sometimes even negative can be helpful, but I guess it just all comes down to how you take it or what you take from it, I should say.
Yeah.
But that's why, again, that's why I was saying it comes down to what your interest is. If you want to pursue that next step of your interest and just putting it out there publicly, overcoming the fear of that is important because once you just put it out there, it's just a matter of you pursuing it, and you can expand on what you do. You can learn to take the criticism or just shoot them down, like Donovan said, and things can grow from there. Can, anyway. And actually, nowadays,
streaming. I think streaming is sick. I love playing games, and then I always think I'm like, nobody wants to come watch me. But every time I've streamed, I have always had someone in my chat that is like, oh man, I like this game. Like, how do you feel about this? And I get to talk about the game, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. It doesn't even matter if I have just one person to talk to. Like,
yeah, even just the discussion aspect of things.
You'd also be really surprised, Nick, at how many people will join like the low viewer count streams that are really bad and will ask you for advice.
Yeah,
especially if you're like good, people will be like, "Oh, you look really good at this game. What do you think about this? Like, how should I blank?" And then that gives you a chance to flex your muscles and knowledge in the game and be like, "Yeah, you should actually do this."
Yeah.
EWO definitely has aspects of that that would be fitting for a stream like that.
Maybe. Right now, I'm struggling. Yo, Donovan, when are you opening this raid?
I'll open it when we die, I guess. When do you want me to open it?
I'm not fucking dying. What are you talking about?
I'm about to die.
What?
My MC and Jean they're about to kick the fucking bucket, bro.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying my best. I brought Sage for a reason, but like Sage single-handedly is kind of like keeping me up. I kind of wish I brought what's his face, Nobio or whatever the fuck, but like, nah. I'm just popping like heals and clarity as often as possible, and I'm not obviously not popping clarity with nothing to clear, but like because I'm running Gun Zoe, so I'm trying to get skill 3 up as much as possible, Vera and then Song, because I figure
God damn it. I wish I had Gun Zoe. Gun Zoe's so fucking good.
Subtix. She's so worth the subtix.
I might, dude. I'm either gonna subtix her or Athena.
There you go.
Well, if you guys are about to potentially squad up, and
we're already squadding up, bro. We've been squadding up.
Oh well, don't freaking die.
This is why I wanted to play EO because of 80. Okay. This is why I want to play EO. Yo, when I have EO, I won't care anymore because at least there'll be something that's at least she has superior damage. This is just like
she's just popping off at all times.
Skills.
Oh wait, when you said open up, did you mean open up for other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's just me and Donovan in this raid, and it's been 17 minutes. I mean, I haven't been here the full 17 minutes, but this thing's taking forever.
Oh god, it's taking for you know what? I'm just gonna open.
Especially because we're off element right now, so we can't pop debuffs. No, I'm doing like 50k a hit. 50k a hit? Like, come on.
Alright, I pubbed it. Let's hope this shit don't fail.
Well, I was gonna ask if anyone in the chat has other questions before I do closing shenanigans, but Nick, was there anything else that you wanted to like gush over, or are you still practicing right now?
I'm still practicing.
No worries. Well, in the chat, I guess if y'all had any other questions or anything questions about anything we've mentioned, or if there's just anything you randomly want to ask, go ahead and shoot. And then in a few minutes, I'll probably just close stuff out. We could probably stay in this Discord even when I end the stream, but once any other last conversation points are done, I'm just gonna end the stream and then probably go on some Granblue Net play, because I think Matt just asked if anyone wanted to play. Oh, actually, I just realized Dale's streaming too.
It's still a little bit hard for me to see. You're out here popping mist. How did that mist go, by the way?
Did fucking miss.
Exactly. Yo, we're off element. You're not landing debuffs. I haven't bothered to pop mist or song skill 2 in like pretty much ever since I saw fire. Like I saw fire and I was like, okay, I understand. I'm not gonna bother.
I opened it up, but nobody's fucking joining.
Yeah, no one's gonna join. But like it's still like probably should like I don't know. Like yeah. You just for the off chance. But like yeah, no one's gonna join. I'm telling you, no one wants to join this raid until post 50. Like 50, like nobody wants to deal with this crap right here where they gotta like deal with like off element shenanigans. What am I gonna get hit with? I got hit with Azure Spike and Paralysis. That's amazing. You don't happen to have a raid wide clarity now, would you?
No.
God help me.
Azure Spike and Para. God damn.
I mean, I'm not dying, but like I'm useless for the moment. Oh, that's okay. My paralysis is only for one more turn, and then I'll clear the Azure Spike right now.
I'm about to post this shit in another Discord.
Dang, this man calling for help on all channels.
Yes, get me out of here. What?
Yeah, this raid is mad annoying. EOL is not exaggerating.
This raid is awful. It just has too much health, and it's almost never threatening. I think Earth is threatening because like it has the thing where it just be out here swinging on you. But like, okay, now I'm getting hit by this stupid thing again, where I'm gonna get hit by more. What did I get hit by now? I got hit by Earth attack down, which I don't care about, and then I got hit with the block HP thing, which I don't care about because I have too much health to care about any of that.
Yo, anyone watching, if you are even the slightest bit interested in Granblue Fantasy, yo, help these men.
It's a good game. This raid is just not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit in Granblue, and there's a lot of bad shit that you're just like, man, this raid fucking blows.
I don't know why I don't know why I let you convince me to join this. I would have just, I should have just we should have just ran you Baha HL.
It would have been faster probably.
Oh, have I played Melty? Yes, I have.
For sure.
Oh, sorry, I was responding to Quincy. Well, actually, wait, dude, were you here in town when we were running the Melty side brackets? We've played Melty various times. Uh, Sometimes more fun than others. uh, EOL and Donovan do the dumb stuff, but Melty's it's a game that has charm, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it.
Charm is one way to put it. That's
Well,
the game is sick. I will always say that.
like Melty's cool. Actually, yeah, Melty's cool to watch. Less fun to play against someone that knows what they're doing. Like Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Was that somebody from one of your Discords that joined?
I have no fucking
Oh,
idea.
well, Granblue. Oh, I was talking about helping them in the Granblue mobile game, but Granblue versus, actually, that's the funny thing. Yes, Granblue versus has seemed like a slow game, especially when it first came out. But the more matches I watch of people that know what they're doing, Granblue, you can kind of explode in some situations. Some characters get to run much more pressure than others. I guess it's kind of more of a matchup thing, but there's definitely footsies in Granblue, but I wouldn't consider it a slow game. Like between Samsho and Granblue, Samsho is way slower. But well, that's part of why I like Samsho so much. But Granblue, it's simple. It's footsies. Don't get counter hit on jump ins or you die. Yeah. Wait, half the fun of well, I mean, it's the kind of thing where with games like Marvel, games like Melty, games like insert some old degenerate anime game that has no balance. Usually, people play those games for that aspect, is the degeneracy in itself, which, to be fair, can be fun at times. I've also found that it seems like it depends on the kind of player you are and your objective. Because, for example, with me, like Dragon Ball, I started having more fun in Dragon Ball when I just stopped caring, because Dragon Ball is just like any other Marvel game. It's a game where the dumb stuff is gonna happen. You might have an answer to it, but you're just gonna get hit by it either way. And for someone like me, when you don't care, you have more fun. A game like Melty, the reason I say it has a certain charm about it is because yes, it's got all the memes about it, finals in the bathroom, whatever, but it's like an old anime game that still has intriguing aspects about it that you may want to learn. And then that's where you have to break past the degeneracy and indulge in it. At least for a player like me, anyway. As you've probably figured, actually, Donovan, you've already said that before, that you intentionally like just making sure your opponent doesn't play.
Hell yeah.
Hence, there's a lot of things in Melty that fully encourage that.
That's why I picked up Zero. I'm trying to set some orbs, and nobody but me gets to do anything.
Gosh dang it.
Alright, but check out my full screen anti-air low projectile.
Blaze Blue does that better. Well, because Blaze Blue's full of a lot of dumb stuff.
Don't jump, it's air and block.
Actually, that's the funny thing. The few conversations I've heard about Blaze Blue balance, haven't there been things that would be super duper busted? Some things would get altered, but then there's just other busted stuff that comes up later on anyway, in like the different versions of Blaze Blue. Is that true, Donovan, or no?
Okay, so run that by me again, because I started to tune in towards the last bit of what you had said. I just heard dumb stuff in Blaze Blue.
Oh, well, because Quincy was saying BlazBlue does that aspect of shenanigans better than Melty. And BlazBlue, I've never been like into BlazBlue that deep either way, but just observing it super duper casually throughout the different versions of BlazBlue, wasn't there usually like some really stupid stuff, and then in later games or whatever update of the more recent games, something would get addressed, but then there'd still be other dumb stuff anyway that gets found?
Yeah, essentially, just because BlazBlue is that type of game where you can't whack all the moles. Like, there's gonna be something that's really dumb, not even necessarily abusable. It's just gonna be hard for people to deal with. Um, which is just that's a lot of games have that. I wouldn't necessarily say it's an issue, but a lot of games have that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
only an issue depending on what you like in a game or not.
but yeah, BlazBlue has had a long history of like, damn, X is really dumb right now. And it's like, all right, cool. New version comes out, X gets fixed, and it's like, damn, look at this other shit. And right now, it's Izanami. Izanami is easily like what people will point to as being the most problematic thing in the game right now.
Yeah, even just watching, not even fully understanding what's going on, just the dominance that I see in matches. I mean, it's like, well, why is this? Why does this exist? Is this
Well,
fun?
because she does everything. Like, there's the only thing she doesn't do is like hard zone, and even still, she just kind of gets in.
Oh wait, back then Lechi was a problem. Wait, in which? Wait, did you say the first couple Blaze Blues?
Yeah, so Lychee used to be like set play extraordinaire. Like, she was just in that ass constantly. But now Lychee's like, I don't know, like mid tier or something. She's not super good.
Well, in a game like
She's
Blaze Blue, me and you's differences of viability and whatnot aside, in a game like Blaze Blue, is mid tier considered worth the time,
oh
or
hell yeah.
so it's still good?
Yeah, there are very few characters, if any, in Blaze Blue where it's like, don't try. That's maybe just like Kagura and the fucking top character. I can't fucking remember what that character's name is.
Top? Are you talking about Platinum?
No, I'm talking about Blaze Blue.
Wait, Quincy, do you know what he's talking
Or
about?
not Platinum. Amane?
Oh, you're talking about
The only
Buggy?
Blaze Blue characters I know are the ones in BB Tech
Hold up.
Damn.
and Attack on Titan guy.
It's fucking dust. Yeah, he's not super good either. So okay, I have heard that the characters that are just like exceedingly bad in Blaze Blue are like Amane, Terumi,
Yeah, that's all I hear about is Terumi.
Bullet, one of the robots. I can't remember which one of the
Oh,
three.
you didn't, Quincy? Frick.
I'm gonna
And
guess it's the
Kagura.
Hello? I'm gonna guess it's
No, I think it's Lambda. I think Lambda is the bad one. It's either Lambda or Mew. But essentially, you can play who you want in Blaze Blue, and it'll be fine.
So, adequate balance. Maybe not amazing balance, but adequate balance.
I'd say it's adequate. You will. Okay, so I, by all means, do not think that a bottom tier can easily fight a top tier, because if you pick a character like Bullet and you go against like Izanami, it's not a good look.
Oh, rip the dream.
It's not a good look. Also, somebody can just like beat your ass with Arakune and you literally won't know what's going on. So I think EOL might be.
Does the Arakune player know what's going on?
Oh, the Arakune player knows what's going on. They can't necessarily help you understand it.
Wow.
Wait, what? I heard my name. What about what?
So I
Oh
was
my
talking
gosh.
about like Arakune in Arakune in like BlazBlue as an example of like you can be, you know, whoever you want to be in BlazBlue, but that won't necessarily help you fight a character like Arakune, where like you'll just get your ass beat and you literally won't even know why. You're just dying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that'll definitely happen. But yeah, I would say yeah, if you're the type of person who likes the idea of BlazBlue, yeah, just go for it. It's a cool game. I would recommend playing it if you like anime games. That's kind of
makes it sound very momentum heavy.
Oh yeah, no, okay. So even the zoners in that game benefit from like, all right, yo, well, I died.
Yo,
finally out.
This thing's not full elixirable.
It is, but I'll wait until like I get back into the dark eras.
Oh my god.
It's almost there. We're gaining more people now. Like we're steadily getting more people. That's the thing.
Yeah, now people want to join. It's like almost it's
almost
a 50.
You die.
It's almost to the good shit. So, oh god, I can't remember. Yeah, even the zoners in BlazBlue like heavily benefit from momentum.
Jeez.
Like to the point, because even if you're setting up like if you're a full screen zoner like the robot that sets the little turrets, you still want to like get a hit, and then in that hit you're setting up your turrets, and then by the time they're waking up, they're waking up into like 3 turrets shooting at them.
So the entire game is set play no matter who you're using.
Because there's a lot of characters that just get a knockdown and they run like tech traps, or they have like some stupid setup. It's BlazBlue's cool, but there's a lot of like
the robots.
There's very few instances of like get a knockdown and we're returning to like neutral.
Dang.
And the characters that do mostly return to neutral are typically pretty bad. So
that explains why I probably can't be good in a game like BlazBlue.
BlazBlue is not a Ronald type of game, because you're the type of player that like you kind of want to like to play fighting games like a wrestling match. Like you'll get your pinfall and then you're like, all right, let's go back to neutral. Like let's reset. That is not a BlazBlue style. That's not how it works.
Dang. Also, I've never thought of that comparison before. I play like a wrestling match.
Yeah, going to neutral is paralyzed. Not what you want to do. All right, paralyzed.
And I'm not sure I've never, Ronald, you know how much work it takes to get you to a bar? You've never pressed buttons on wake up unless I've like done something significant to make you want to.
I'm gonna mash when I know it'll work. Otherwise, why the frick would I take the risk?
People from other games not think the same way. That's all I can say.
Yo, Quincy, you want to join in?
I'm about to go get some fucking food. I'm about to go hit up In-N-Out or Taco Bell. Maybe In-N-Out.
Oh, actually, what time is it? Oh, it's 10
o'clock.
That's not as late as I thought.
We've been on this podcast for 3 hours.
Well, in fact, I don't even know if I was gonna, go to NetPlay yet or not. Quincy, what's your Discord? We're probably gonna sign off soon, but next one. Well, I mean, give me your Discord either way, and I'll toss you into the channel. Next week's podcast, I was gonna have it be more uni-centric, but we'll still talk about whatever as the conversation goes on. And actually,
you gotta have me on for uni.
You better be on there, Donovan.
You have to have me on for uni. I am the premier authority of Under Night in Birth, the series in Central California.
The premier authority, gosh dang it.
Dead ass. Tell me one person in this entire region who is more qualified to talk about Under Night than I am.
That is correct. I mean, maybe Abdio.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, Spectro, the Bakersfield phone on. I haven't
Oh,
seen him.
yeah, no, he's cool.
I haven't seen him in so long. I miss
want to
that
play
dude.
him again.
Yeah, like, frick, I don't even know what he's been up to.
He's been fucking playing tag and versus.
Oh, really? Frick.
Yeah, he was at United Dogfight back in February for.
Oh
versus.
yeah, he went. Actually, I forgot. That was one of the tourneys I still needed to watch.
Wasn't that like the last tournament before?
Yeah, that was like the last.
Everybody wearing face masks at the venue.
Yeah.
It looked like the apocalypse was beginning.
Damn, I got 3 horns off that shit, and this motherfucker came in and stole my MVP at like the last second.
Horns do I have?
Wait,
I have
Quincy,
4
that's what
horns
would make
total.
you play.
I need 50 of these things.
Yeah.
I'm never getting an Opus weapon.
Oh wait. So, were we doing next Friday then, Donovan?
Yeah, fuck it. Same podcast time, same podcast place.
All right, yeah. So Quincy next Friday then, and yeah, for those who don't know, Quincy Greyfox, he's known for playing Zelda and Smash, but he's definitely an anime game enthusiast, and any game that has either Eltonum or adequate anime degeneracy, Quincy will indulge in it. Shout out to Greyfox.
Quincy, I know Quincy because he's the guy that takes the online payments for the immerse or some of the stuff you run.
Wait, you're talking about Quincy. Okay, so first things first. There's multiple Quincy's.
Oh, shit.
There's multiple everything.
There's Quincy Adams, the business guy, R3, in charge of R3.
That's the guy. That's the one.
Yeah, that's Quincy Adams. Gray Fox is Quincy. Wait, frick, Quincy. What's your last? I don't know. He's Black Quincy. He's not in town at the moment. But he had been here playing Smash and stuff, and actually he was one of the people playing Blade Strangers also. Shout outs to those matches. Those were fun.
I am also the premier authority on Blade Strangers only because I'm the best.
I
know nothing about that game. I know nothing about that game, but I will beat your ass.
Hold on.
Is Hime only A tier?
Who?
Hime?
Yeah.
Wait, get my info on Messenger.
The world is coming to an end, man.
Damn, they figured that character out? Okay, cool. I'm gonna run around and talk about how
the world's about to end, and I still haven't beat Donovan and Bracket and freaking Blade Strangers. This is terrible.
So now you know how I feel with Wagner, then?
Yeah, except Fhime dominated the game for like a decade. Like, this is the first tier list that I've seen where she's not, like, at the top.
Alright, well, if you're trying to apologize for Fhime, then you can never give me shit for a down.
No.
This character is A tier. This character is A tier. She's not S tier or something like that. She's not S plus.
If you're trying to downplay the character, they got no nerfs, but still.
What are you talking about? What nerfs in Melty Blood? You're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no nerfs. It's the same version of the game that she dominated the meta for a decade. If you're trying
that's the thing is,
you should have figured out my character like everybody else figured out my character.
Bro, I didn't figure out.
Yeah, you forget that Melty is like Melee. The game has been super old and unchanged, so things that are good have stayed good for a very long time. Very long time. How old is the newest version of Melty?
Like 10 years, 8
Jeez
years old.
Louises. Until they, well, I mean, actually, that's the funny thing. People were making a big deal about when what was that called? That when they found out V canceling or whatever it was called in Melee, and I was like, oh man, it's been over a decade and we're still finding tech in Melee. No one's using freaking V canceling.
No, this tier list implies that my character is better than you.
Here, Quincy, I'm gonna add you right now.
I'm very concerned though.
Yo, I mean C Satsuki, who is officially higher tier than Fhime, but that matchup is impregnable. I hate that fucking matchup.
Bro, your character's better than mine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm getting in.
Oh, first
bro.
multiplayer in
I'm talking about
2002.
lolly normals versus anything Fhime wants to do. That shit's not happening.
Nah, but I'm sure that matchup's only 6-4.
Bro, it's got to be like it's 6.5 at least. At least.
Nah, that character is meh.
I'm gonna beat
Fhime though, like, man, so overrated.
That's fine. I'm showing up with Ciroa at the next one, and I'm just TKing orbs, and I'm just gonna explode shit all the time. Hi, babe.
Talk about my like not as strong character.
Yo, shout out to the entire Neptune franchise and sales.
Wait a minute, Quincy. Do I include the RNJ in front of Gray Fox?
All right, tell you what. I'm gonna go get in and out, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stream Granblue if Victoria lets me for like 3 hours.
Sounds good.
All right, later, y'all.
Bye. Later.
If you guys are still around,
Howdy, Victoria.
we can hang out in the Discord while I stream because I don't really give a shit. We just can't like drop the N-word with a hard R. There's three African Americans in this one voice chat. I think we'll be okay. But we just
look, man, I don't want nobody saying the hard R, black or not. Like the hard R.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we can let the A rock because 3 of us are black. But like, you know.
Yo, Nick, you got an N-word pass. Congrats.
Oh no. I'm gonna get banned from Evo now.
I'm snitching. I'm hella snitching. What?
Alright, y'all. I'll be back.
Alright. Laters. And I guess I'll... Wait, what?
Did they ever say anything on Evo? They said they were gonna make an announcement soon. Has it soon happened yet?
No.
Like, I'll sign up as soon as it's confirmed whatever the hell they're doing.
Nah, just don't sign up. Just wait.
Well, yeah, there was that fake post that Evo was canceled, but it's not actually canceled yet.
Yeah,
look, and I get the feeling this will be canceled, but if not, go to CEO Taku. CEO Taku's a good time. The only problem is CEO Taku...
Technically have plane tickets to Evo, unless all plane tickets are getting refunded. That'd be nice.
Okay, so cancel your... So I'd probably go ahead and cancel... Wait, when'd you do it? Did you get it
My dad bought it, because he's going to a concert at the same time in Las Vegas, or was. I don't know if any of this is happening anymore. So
what was I gonna say? Is it cause like I got a ticket voucher because like I got it in March, and it was just like, yeah, if you get it in March, you can just cancel and get a ticket voucher. And I got a ticket voucher, which I'm kind of salty about because I heard somebody just called American Airlines directly and got a straight up refund. But so I lost out on that, so I just burnt $400 on what could potentially be nothing because it could be like I think it goes away after a year unless they extend it.
I mean, I guess I'll just assume that my
Here, Quincy, send me it again, exactly what it is, spaces and everything.
Yeah. Just CEO Taku's gonna be a good time, and you know,
it's usually September, isn't it?
Where's that?
Orlando.
Oh wait, I forgot. This year, it was supposed to be the same time as Sencal Standoff. Son of a frick.
If CEO Taku, okay, so check this out. If CEO Taku is not canceled, I will say fuck Sencal Showdown or whatever the fuck it's called, and I'll just go to CEO Taku.
Bro,
I'd really want to go to CEO Taku.
Like if I'm rooming with you guys, maybe. But like, dang, that's a.
Ron, go to CEO Taku.
I really want to go. It was mainly hinging on me staying here for Senka Senna. Was really hinging on what they would ask me to TO and what games are in the lineup.
I'll tell you this right now. Uni's probably not in there. So it'll be Street Fighter, right? It'll be Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, definitely.
Damn. I think Granblue might be.
Granblue is the only thing that you have a chance of getting in.
The problem is Granblue might be like the definition. Okay, so it's a game with Snek code. It might be a definition. Like it might be in this weird situation where like it dies just off of the idea that it didn't have offline locals ever established, really. Because like the game got like a month to breathe, and then we all got locked in our houses forever.
Yeah, it's a really awkward timing in that regard.
So I don't know how
it's getting a season 2 though.
It is getting a season 2. I'm so hyped. I want to play
Season
Beelzebub.
2 is after Virus, pretty much.
I can barely wait to play the one person in this entire game that's hornier than Matera.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
So I think I think it'll definitely catch on to season 2 if like it doesn't immediately catch traction after this.
Well, thinking from a TO perspective of like numbers and popularity, I can probably assume that the 4 games, assuming it's still 4, that would likely be a Senkou standoff, and assuming that they get the best people to run stuff, would be Street Fighter, Smash, Granblue, Tekken. Probably. Because Samsho would be hit or miss, Uni would be hit or miss.
Did they cancel CPT completely? They canceled they canceled part 1. Did they cancel part 2?
Oh wait, I forgot about that.
So they separated whatchamacallit, Capcom CPT into 2 seasons of sorts.
That's probably
so like
kind of
a first half and a second half. Yo, they might give CCS like super major status in that regard if that's the case. Well, maybe not. We'll see what happens. But like, it depends on how season 2 works out. But regardless, like, SF5 is going to be so big, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to run too many other games. Like, they might try to run all the big stuff, and then just, like, I don't even know.
Yeah. And, well, that's the thing. Like, depending on the time that the curve of Corona starts to die down and all the quarantine stuff wears off, some locals, if not bigger tourneys, may, like, triple in size just because of the fact that it'll be, like, the first local tourneys in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We all need to be showing up for our Granblue locals if we want to have any chance of being it.
Yeah, no. Because I didn't go to Combo Breaker, so the fact that I wasn't able to go to Combo Breaker to see my, like, non-Fresno guys, like, I didn't get to see them. Like, I might not be able to see them this whole year, so, like, if I get a chance, like, I'm going. Like, I don't care. I'm going.
That's fair. Oh, yeah, Quincy, well, part of the appeal of Granblue, I describe it, it's like Sam Show, where it's the perfect side game, where the entry barrier and dedication to the game is low enough to where everyone can try the game, and if you have decent fundamentals, you'll have fun with the game, if not do okay in the game.
It's also really good for just learning fighting games. I think even more so than
Yeah, it also teaches stuff decently too, and so that's why, even despite our current situation and Granblue having, I guess, the best word for it is probably subpar netcode, the game in itself, I feel like it has a good chance to retain its popularity, just because of the new content coming out, the balance patch coming out. It's already a big IP that people have kept interest in. I can imagine Granblue still having a bunch of attention by September. In fact, what month are we in right now? April?
You're losing track of the months.
I am also gonna go get food, so I'll still be in the Discord if you guys are still here by the time I get back. But otherwise, like, I'm a peace out.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for chatting. I guess this is the perfect opportunity for me to do sign off or whatever freaking streamers do. Everyone that's been watching, thank y'all for watching. For the most part, I think we talked about some games that I knew we were going to talk about, but also I think we covered the topic adequately well anyway. Because again, with Granblue, the mobile game, I know there's people in Senkou that have interest in it. And so whether it be in these dark times and we do it online or once we get locals again, don't hesitate to reach out to other people that like Granblue. Y'all can chat about it, do all that good stuff. Valorant, I know people are into it right now. I think Brayden and everyone in here summed up the game pretty well. I don't know if I would give it a try or if I would just get back on Overwatch again, because that has a bit more sentimental value for me with Anna and other homies. But Valorant, be sure to check it out. It's been described as pretty fun. One Step from Eden. Check that game out.
Check out One Step from Eden and Hyperdimension Neptunia franchise on Steam right now.
The Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Hey, the whole franchise is on sale right now.
For how much?
Like 70% off right now.
That's dang. What the frick? Okay, try out the Neptunia.
If you just like video games, like anime, video games, like you just like that stuff.
If you like
play
video game
it.
waifus,
Like,
play the Neptunia series.
Like it's just the console wars personified, and it's brilliant, and there's references in every single scene that you understand years later. And it's like, wow.
Well, frick.
It's amazing. Have you played it, Ronnie?
I have not. I've only seen it in like random bouts, and maybe was I gonna check it out? I don't know. See, this is the thing. I have like a big backlog of stuff to try as it is, but that's probably something I would eventually try further down the line. But again, try out these games. Definitely tune in for future stuff. Next week we're gonna do an episode uni-centric, but we'll probably talk about other stuff too. I'm also gonna be starting the Gal Pals podcast with the homies Anna and Jen next Tuesday, I believe. And then Thursdays will be. I'm pretty sure it'll stay my day for consistent shenanigans. For example, I wanted to try maybe doing another alignment chart, chat about other things. Who knows? We'll see. But keep an eye on my social media for announcements. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed and stuff. My emote is still pending, so hopefully that's done by tomorrow. Huh?
Your emote just your face?
Not exactly. I'm gonna for my emote ideas, I'm gonna be drawing stuff. At least that's what I've wanted to do. But I want to keep it all for the lower price tier. I don't want to put these basic emotes on the more expensive tiers yet. So I'm gonna be just trying to reach these sub goals, adding emotes as we go, and we'll see how things go. But thank you again to everyone that supports me, and I'll keep doing what I can. But for now, I'm probably going to indulge in some Granblue net play. Maybe, I don't know. I have stuff I need to work on, stuff I want to practice also, and we'll see how late I stay up tonight. But I'm gonna end the stream here. But thank you, Nick, and everyone else for chatting. I will catch y'all. Well, Melty. Actually, I forgot. Melty is a game that people play on Fightcade and can do reliable net play on now. Maybe see. I didn't even make a whole list of things that I should indulge in.
Fightcade Melty?
Isn't it? Is it Fight or
Caster?
Oh yeah, Caster. You know what I mean, man. Well, there's
GGPO Caster. That's all.
Well, it's technically reliable. Well, much more reliable than what we have right now.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Ah, jeez. But one thing that I might implement actually is, aside from the one emote, my subscribers, I think I'll leave it up to y'all to decide what I do on certain days. We will see. But for now, that's it from me. I will catch y'all later, stream. Thanks for watching. Adios.